And so he was...
Thanks, Pam's brother.
Thank you, Richard, wife, brother, and father. And he was trying to explain to her, the show. And she was doing the, oh, I think I've heard him talk about you. I should tune in. And I was like, yeah.
Here we go again with that.
Yeah.
We don't like it when you tune in.
Well, she seemed like a lovely person. And I just, how do I say this? It just didn't seem like she had the sort of sensibility where she's going to tune into this fine program and be like, yeah, totally get this.
I love the irony that you guys broadcast to hundreds of thousands of people.
Billions, really.
And, billions on the Global Fan
They've never
Sports
seen
Network.
anything like it.
But that we clearly want people listening, just not people that you know personally.
Ew. I felt it's a little uncomfortable because she was like, she did one of these too. So it's about sports, and you're like, well, yeah,
Pam.
Yeah, it's sports.
If you have to label it, I guess it is.
Yeah, and then it turns into, well, what sports do you talk about? And then you're like, well, I mean, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and then she asked if like we talked about what was it? She brought up like the WNBA team, and then I was like, it's just it might be for the best that you just leave that to your dad and your brother. But shout out,
Pam.
To Pam, whatever your name is, and the dad and the brother, you know who you are, and thanks for listening.
I view it a bit differently than Buckley there.
Yeah.
I view it, well, it's like we don't need all the listeners because Lord knows you're not going to get all the listeners.
No.
That's impossible.
Yeah.
We want the right listeners here.
It's true.
And
Apparently.
that can be family and friends.
Yeah.
But it also may not be.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have that conversation with family and friends and say, hey, maybe we're not, even though we're close, maybe we're not for you.
Yeah. Well, and just like,
there is OPB.
I looked at her and she had her little daughter with her, and it just, I felt horrible if she was driving around with her little kid and she was talking about how she was really into like Paw Patrol and Frozen. And then I just had the horrible, image in my head of her tuning in at the wrong time and catching one of Rop's drop montages or my white supremacist montages. And then she's going to go to her husband and be like, what the hell is this? And then he's going to have to explain to her. And then she's going to go to the dad. And now I've caused a whole family rift. And I don't want that. She seemed like a lovely person.
What the hell is going on?
Exactly.
Well, it's nice to have you along. Today is Friday, guys. Friday. Isn't
Happy
that what
Friday.
the kids say?
It's a football Friday. Wait.
Is it?
Well.
I don't think it is.
No, not Brandon at least.
Yeah, but there was football yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's football Thursday.
Hey, Football
and now...
Friday starts when we say Football Friday starts.
You're damn right.
When do we start it?
Well,
Not today.
We could talk. I mean, there's football news.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's in camp. Ducks, Beavers, Cougs, Huskies, oh my, and then
that's too generic.
Everyone hates their team in the NFL.
When do we actually start Football Fridays? The people need to know, Buck.
Well,
I don't know.
Next week you've
What
got.
do you mean you don't know?
My guess would it would be the first official college weekend if we do it. I don't
When
know
is
if we're
that?
doing it still.
Last week in August, right?
Unless you count that weird 0 week, which is like the 23rd or something.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
Third week. I don't know. That's a Jason Swigard question.
One,
a good
two.
call.
So we have three. We have this Friday. Today is not a Football Friday. We also have 2 more non-Football Fridays.
Ish.
And then probably on August 22nd.
Yeah.
We
It's
should,
like
we should have Football Friday, which means nothing different. It's just all it is like
branding.
Well, and they can sell it.
Yeah. I don't know. As of right now on ESPN, if this lets you know that it's not a Football Friday, it appears they're having some sort of competition of soaped up people trying to climb stairs.
Yeah, it's the Slippery Stairs Championships on the Ocho. I got
Yeah,
big
that's
money on
pretty
it.
cool.
Yeah.
The Ocho is really.
Yeah,
we talked about this
yesterday.
yesterday.
They're stepping their game up.
They've got 30 new sports.
Yeah. Although, can I say that they've got...
and they're not really sports.
They're not sports. But it's a bunch of people in skin-tight spandex, and they're climbing slippery stairs. And then, they have those water cannons that you have in the pool. And they're shooting, it appears to be KY jelly out of them. And it's an uncomfortable... it's an uncomfortable scene watching them blast these oily contestants with a gelatinous white goo out of a phallic tube. It's weird.
I gotta tell you,
It's weird.
That does not look fun. The
No.
whole, what do you do there? How do you, that would be a frustrating activity.
Although
right
it looks like it's padded, so it's not going to hurt.
I know, but just like trying to get up it and you just can't.
Well,
You know?
hey, man, the slippery slide championships are not for the weak of heart.
Slippery
I mean,
stairs.
slippery stairs. You have to prove yourself
Tell
on
you
the
what,
slippery stairs.
It looks like a young man's game. I don't see an old in there.
Well, no. I mean, anything that I don't know about you, but when I was younger, dude, you could fall and not have any. Like it's just you fell and you bounce back up. I take a knee now, and I need like 3 to 4 minutes to recover. God forbid I fall. We're gonna be down for a bit.
So now,
even if nothing's really hurt, I'm going to need a moment to compose myself.
when something like this is going on, I always have the question, who is the type of person that attends this event? They're scanning the crowd. It looks like there's 100 people there or something. I know it's at Disney World, but I see some gal drinking a beer, watching the slippery stairs, and like,
I think there's 2 people there. Okay, are you ready? I have a hot take on this.
Okay.
The first set of people there are friends and family of the contestants.
Okay.
Of course.
And it appears that they're all young, and then the people in the audience are all young, so that kind of tracks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, because they're all going crazy for certain people.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other person is just the passerby who is at Disneyland, who's like, "What's this?"
Well, I'm not going to lie.
And then stops and stares.
If I was walking through a Disney sort of situation and someone said, "Hey, would you like to come in and watch the slippery stairs competition?"
That's right. By the way, that guy blew. So they all wear different color shirts. The red guy, blew him out of the water.
Can we also say that I think there's a third?
What a goat!
There's a third person, and I think this is probably a fetish. Because again, the females are in skin tight bodysuits and are being blasted with P Diddy jelly. I'm guessing there's some creepos. Something tells me there's some blonde mustaches lurking somewhere in the back. I would think, and no one really thought that through exactly how that was going to look. Because they got little kids doing it as well, and it's weird.
Oh, look, they're running a promo that you can book your own slippery stairs for your party now.
Well, there you go.
That would be a fun party event, don't you think?
No, it wouldn't. That's the kind of event that someone gets the ambulance called to your house.
It's like a slip and slide. It's kind of fun.
With stairs.
It is a slip and slide with stairs. I'm guessing it's well padded, though. I mean, you got to...
It has
doesn't look like you could get hurt that easily out there.
Well, again, at your age, at 50 years old, you want to go taking a tumble down something?
No, I'll pass.
Exactly.
But it looks, I don't know, you're always looking for new and creative ways to have a good time, and that looks like maybe one of them.
I mean, I think the brand man dislocated his shoulder in a bounce house, and this seems like the kind of thing that would also create such an injury. The brand man.
Fan man. He's now the brand man.
Oh, we call him the brand man.
Well, he's the brand manager now, so he's elevated
the brand man.
to the brand man.
Yeah.
He dislocated his shoulder in a bouncy house?
I'm pretty sure he dove into a bounce house and dislocated his shoulder.
With his little kids and stuff?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying, man. Like,
I think it was a previous injury, but re-injured, definitely.
The older you get...
Like recently?
This was, I mean, in the last 5 years or so.
Yeah. Dude, falling's no joke anymore. Like, you can't get me on ice skates anymore. You can't get me on a skateboard. And those are all things that I would do when I was younger and wasn't particularly good at them, but I would do them. And if you felt it was no big deal. I'm not going on those things now.
I'm afraid to play basketball now. I think I'm going to snap an Achilles.
That's right out.
Yeah, basketball is over.
Yeah.
I have retired.
Done. Well, I won't even, like, racquetball. Yeah, it's
baseball, too, because there's too many quick... Well, I love playing baseball, but
there's
just
twitch?
There's too many quick movements.
Yeah. I got a buddy of mine who is playing, and I think he's 34, 35. He's playing in an adult co-ed flag football league.
Oh.
And I'm waiting. And I mean, I'm just putting the Post-it note on my calendar and moving it around because it will be a floating engagement. I will be there to take him to the hospital when he blows his Achilles because I know it's coming.
So the best sport for old people is really just like golf.
Maybe bike riding.
I mean, they all play pickleball, but
that's terrible for you.
Yeah,
apparently.
I don't think that's a good sport for olds, and I think they're finding that out one Achilles at a time.
The guy that remodeled my bathroom, his wife, while remodeling the bathroom, blown Achilles, pickleball.
Cycling would be good for the olds.
Yeah, cycling's pretty simple.
And so would be swimming.
Yeah, yeah.
But access to a pool is hard for a lot of people.
And here, it's the Pacific Northwest isn't necessarily.
So it's hard to be an old and actually keep your body moving unless you just go walk. And who likes that? That's boring.
Well, I think the olds do. That's why you go to the mall and you see the Silver
little
Sneakers
weights.
Club. Yeah,
I saw a guy with a weight vest on walking the other day.
An old or just a regular?
Yeah, no,
guy?
he was an old, but he was an in shape old, one of those ripped olds.
Sure.
With a tan and silver hair.
You know what he's doing? That's called a ruck. He was out rucking.
Now, what is that? What is that? I mean,
what?
What's he doing there? Like, what are we doing?
You're just walking, but you're walking with a weighted pack or a vest. That's all. It's
well,
just.
I know what he's doing. I'm asking, like, what does that do? Like, does that make him all? Is that why he's ripped? Is that the key to life? The weighted vest?
There are a lot of people that think that walking while like carrying weight is probably the best exercise you can do as you get older. Because you have to have some sort of strength training, otherwise you lose muscle mass, and then that is a death sentence as you get older. But a lot of people don't really like lifting weights, and so they think that the ruck, like you can just buy a backpack that comes with weights, or you wear the weighted vest, and that's become like a. Now that you're saunaing and cold plunging, you should get into rucking.
You're calling it a ruck pack? Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it here.
Yeah, so
on
there's
Amazon.
there's weighted vests, and then there's ruck packs.
There's a guy in my mom's neighborhood that wears one of those, and we see him every now and again. And I will pull over and like roll the window down and like say, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "I'm training for a trip to Portugal." Yeah. He basically just walking around wearing 40 pounds because it'll help him be a better tourist when he gets there.
Yeah,
Get off my porch.
Well, that's true. I mean, you got to.
He's training to tour
Because he's going to be walking a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole military thing. You throw a heavy backpack on, and you
Can't hurt.
you
I'm
get
just
to walking.
I don't know, man.
Well, pretty soon, man.
I'll stick to golf.
You're gonna dude. You're infrared sauna guy now. You're one step away from rucking.
Going again Sunday.
YouTube says that all fitness experts are now saying if you walk with a weighted vest, it is the best way to drop body fat in conjunction with strength training to build
Oh
muscle.
my God, I love this.
There you go.
Expired.
I will not be doing that.
Well, I see people now at my gym, and they wear the weighted vests while working out, even when they just wear them around, even if they're not walking, or they'll do a set and then they make a lap like around the gym and then go back and do whatever it is they're doing. We're all like, the workout community is very sheep-like. So
Yeah,
like
that's right.
someone will come out with something,
It's
and
the same as the diet community.
yeah, some influencer will come out and be like, "Hey, this is, the new trend," or there'll be a study. "Hey, this, is," and then everyone jumps on.
Yeah,
board
all it
with
takes is one person
Yes.
to look good.
Yep.
Or one article.
Yep.
Or one study. That's all it takes.
Lights the fire.
It goes viral.
Yeah.
Hey, have you seen this? And they see it on Instagram.
Yeah, that is true. Like, there is a ton of influencers, like fitness influencers on like Facebook, TikTok, all that, and you get one of them that goes viral, and not to mention all the HGH and roids that they're on, but still, they also walk with a weighted vest, and you too can look like that, Liver King.
Well, it's pretty amazing how little we've really known.
Mhm.
I feel like we're exploring new ways
Yeah.
to be good to our bodies.
Yeah.
But if you just go back, I mean, not even 20, 30 years.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
Yeah.
We had no clue.
well, the food pyramid was upside down,
Yes.
and all that.
No clue.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Amazing. I'm going to sue, I think.
You gotta sue
The world.
the world. Sue whoever put out the food pyramid.
I'm going to get Donikin on it.
Yeah. Maybe a nice class action lawsuit.
It's my lupus.
There you go. I almost had one of those today. I thought about it. I'm waiting for the day that I get to be like, sorry, the old lupus acted up. But I refrained from it today. But because I don't know if it's insensitive. What if you say that to someone and like they start in with a like,
Oh, I have lupus
oh,
too.
I have lupus too, or like my wife or something. So you're like, maybe just, I felt bad about that. But
Look at you.
it came close. Seriously, watch this. Look at these kids climbing as they're being blasted in the face with the KY jelly. Tell me that this isn't really weird.
Is it not just soapy water? Is it jelly?
Well, I don't know. Tell me that is not an uncomfortable visual. Now we've gone from girls to now we've got little kids in spandex bodysuits.
Look at that green kid. He's like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What a stud. That kid's going to be that kid's going to win so much money at that
Oh,
sport.
and he's just doing the double flex now, and now he's on top with the hots.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's getting up to the top. You get to stand with the hots.
To stand with the hots.
Incentive.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get to going. It is Friday. We have another one. A trade has been requested.
2 fairly significant ones in the last 2 days.
Yeah. So let's get to that, okay?
Let's get going.
Big sports news. That's next on 105.1 The Fan.
The Trailblazers offseason brings renewed hope. Will Young save Rip City?
Got rolling and finishing with a pretty right hand.
Or will the rebuild have another setback?
Oh no! We suck again!
Keep it on the Fan Sports Network for all your Trailblazers off-season news. 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
The reaction in this city has been really fun to watch. The vibes are back, baby.
The Fan.
Now, here's a quick look at Portland traffic.
Portland freeways and bridges very heavily traveled for the Friday getaway. Both sides of 84 coming and going from I-5 are stacked up, and eastbound Highway 26 slow from before the zoo. I'm Kim Vestal with traffic.
This traffic report brought to you by
Pelican Brewing Company.
Summertime is here. Escape to the beach and visit Pelican Brewing for fresh, award-winning brews and epic views. Independent on the Oregon coast since 1996, with locations in Lincoln City, Pacific City, Tillamook, and Cannon Beach. Pelican Brewing, born at the beach.
If Twisted Tea was your best friend, they'd start a dance party in the supermarket that turns into a pool party at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea is smooth, refreshing, and always fun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. PDXYZ is back Wednesday, August 6th through Friday, August 8th in the heart of downtown Portland. The premier event for HR and marketing with big-name speakers.
That's right. They got the great Adam Carolla to keynote.
Also featuring executives from Golden State Warriors, Seattle Sounders, Portland Timbers, Thorns, and more. Revitalizing the Pacific Northwest and shaping what's next for business and culture. Visit Pier 150, pdxyz.com for information and to register.
Have a savings heyday on apparel for the whole family right now at Coastal.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, with just what the country needs.
Shop now at Coastal to enjoy the best summer at the best value. Today through August 8th, visit in-store or online for incredible deals, including apparel from Ariat, like buy one, get one half off select men's and women's Ariat jeans, and 20% off Ariat woven Western shirts for men and women. Plus, it's that time of year again for back-to-school wardrobes. Coastal will help you save with 20% off all Wrangler apparel for kids. Collect savings for your next trip to Coastal, too, with a free $20 gift card when you buy $100 of Carhartt apparel for the family.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, with just what the country needs.
These fresh cut deals are for a limited time only through August 8th at Coastal.
It's back to school time, and Grocery Outlet has all the savings on Lunchbox Lifesavers. This week, save on Armor Lunch Makers assorted varieties for only 99 cents each. That's up to 50% less than traditional grocery.
Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Nice to have you along. We've got another trade request today.
Yeah.
Another day, another trade request.
Well, yesterday we had Terry McLaurin, old scary Terry, tell the Commanders that he doesn't want to be there anymore because they're not willing to give him a contract. And it sounds like the Commanders believe that and this is one that I've said all the time. Don't give receivers over 30 long-term expensive deals. Traditionally, they don't work out, like hardly ever.
I can't say I knew he was that old.
Yeah, he's been around a bit, but he's coming off one of his best seasons. He's gone through all that crap in Washington. Now he's on the other side of it, and they have a real team with a real quarterback. And McLaurin's like, I want to get paid, and Washington just doesn't think there's a market for him out there, and they don't want to pay premium dollars for an older receiver. The Micah Parsons one today, that's a different animal. This is just welcome to the world of the Dallas Cowboys, and they've finally done it where they've pissed off their best player, where he doesn't just want out. I mean, he's putting out paragraphs saying why he doesn't want to be there and why he wants nothing to do with Dallas. And it sounds like he's got the backing of some of the team's best players.
Yeah, I'm not sure Dallas sports fans could handle another stunning trade like that after the Luka news.
Yeah,
that got dropped on him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I this is how Jerry does business, though. I mean, players hate it, which is why all the players have come to voice their support for Micah Parsons. But I think this is a tactic, a trade request, and I don't believe they're going to trade him because they want him. It's just Jerry being Jerry. Jerry, I think that he gets off on playing hardball with contracts. I think it somehow
it's the only thing that makes sense.
It somehow validates him as a businessman, you know, and I feel like he really loves that, and it's important to him to negotiate hard, even if it ruffles feathers. It's all very unnecessary, but he does it with everybody. He's done that with I find me a popular cowboy that he has not done this with. I mean, this is how he does it.
But this is what doesn't make any sense, is that if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you end up re-signing these guys, you end up re-signing Ezekiel Elliott, you end up re-signing Dak Prescott, if you end up re-signing CeeDee Lamb, and now here comes Micah Parsons, who, by the way, is the best player you've had. He's the best player you've had in 20 years. Do you realize from an EPA standpoint, when Micah Parsons has been on the field, the last 2 seasons, Dallas Cowboys have the #1 defense in the NFL, and when he's not on the field, the snaps he's not on, it's the second worst defense. There is maybe 4 players in the league that have the impact that he does when he's on the field. And Micah Parsons came to them 2 years ago after his 3rd year and said, hey, let's get a deal done. And his agent was like, and this has been widely reported, all right? This isn't one side of the deal. They said, I understand that we're leaving money on the table because the longer you wait, the more money you get because salaries keep going up. Not sure that Jerry Jones understands how the salary cap and salaries work in the NFL. Each guy that gets signed, the number goes up. It doesn't go down. It never goes down. It's not the way it works. And they said, hey, let's get a deal done. And Dallas said, nah, we're going to wait a little bit. So then they came to him a year later and were like, hey, we'd like to get something done, even if it means, leaving money on the table. And Dallas was like, no, we're not ready to do it yet. So by doing this with Dak, by doing it with CeeDee Lamb, all you end up doing is signing a more expensive deal. Like if you were to sign a player, you could have probably signed, let's just take an arbitrary number, right? If player X comes to you and says, hey, I want $20 million, okay? I want $20 million a year, and that would make me one of the 2 or 3 highest paid edge rushers in the league. And you go to him and like, you know what? Not real comfortable with that. We feel like you're more like 17. Well, and so you decide to wait and delay. Well, a year and a half goes by and 4 more people at your position get signed. And then the first one gets signed for 20. The next one gets signed for 22. The next one gets signed for 26. And now when you decide to re-sign them, no one's taking the 20 anymore. They're certainly not taking the 17. They've reset the market. They could have had Dak Prescott at probably 51 to 52 million, but they didn't. They waited, and you know what they got him for? 60. They have cost themselves, in Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb alone doing this, they have cost themselves roughly $10 to $12 million a year in salary cap. And if they do re-sign Micah Parsons and don't trade him, they will be on the hook for probably 15 to 16 million in wasted money with this contract negotiation. So it's one thing to say, we don't want to sign guys early. But ultimately, if you do sign them, you pay more in the end. It is the worst strategy. There's no successful team that does it this way.
Yeah, it's definitely not smart. But no one's ever accused Jerry of being smart. Jerry's not about that. Jerry loves the drama. He loves the show. He loves the game of chicken.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about the money. He doesn't. He loves making it look. He loves fans, right? See, everybody's talking about the Dallas Cowboys today.
Yeah.
He loves that.
Yeah. There was was it Ed Werder, one of the guys that had been covering the Cowboys for years, said, this was about a year ago. I think this was during the CeeDee Lamb thing. They said, if you could give Jerry Jones another Super Bowl championship, but he could never do another interview, he said he wouldn't do it. He loves being Jerry Jones more than he loves winning.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a lot about the money, although.
But when Dallas has, to be fair to Dallas actually does a good job in the draft. When you look at their draft, they've done a nice job over the years, right? There's good talent evaluators. But almost every good team in the NFL has the same 5 or 6 paid players. You pay a quarterback, you pay an edge rusher, you pay a corner, right? You pay a couple of linemen. That's the way it is. But you win in the margins. You win with, you look at what Philadelphia does and that roster, or what Kansas City does, and you give Howie Roseman $15 extra million and he builds a Super Bowl winning team. And Dallas, by sitting here and playing some sort of stupid chicken game and then still end up paying the freight that's more expensive, the price goes up, not down. They're the worst negotiators in the NFL. It costs themselves that 10 to 15 million. And that's the difference between a good Dallas team and a team that can actually win in the playoffs. You win in the margins because every good team has a handful of core players, and the elite ones are the ones that win in the margins. And there is not another team this side of the Cincinnati Bengals that are worse in the margins than the Dallas Cowboys. And realize that over the last 30 years, every team in the NFC has been to an NFC championship game except for one, and that is the Dallas freaking Cowboys.
Yeah, you need a smart cap guy. You need a smart money guy, but Jerry isn't that. And the worst part about Jerry is his kid is his quote cap and money guy.
Yeah.
And he's not that. So it's like the worst part about Jerry is that he just has to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as he's involved, he's worth billions. I don't think it's about money to him as much as it's about being the big boss man and negotiating hard for his ego. That's it. That's what he does.
We've entered official Al Davis territory.
Yeah, no
with
question.
The Dallas Cowboys.
But by requesting a trade, I think what Micah, and see, I think that most of the Cowboy players all know this about Jerry, and it's just this song and dance that you have to do with him. And I think by requesting a trade, what Micah is saying is, enough, let's just get this done.
Yeah.
Because if Micah were really pissed, he wouldn't be at camp.
Yeah.
He's there.
Yep.
He's been there the whole time. Jerry's just being Jerry. Micah knows that. They love him. He's awesome. McLaurin's a little different because, like you said, he's 30 years old. They're going to pay Micah Parsons. Yeah. And yes, they're costing themselves money, but I just don't think that's Jerry's big worry. It's not.
It's just baffling that if you do want to sign Micah Parsons, like if you were getting ready to buy a house and you had 40 years of data that every year that goes by, houses get more expensive, and you were going to buy one particular house, you're like, nope, this is the house I want. I don't want another house. I want this one. And then arbitrarily, you decided to wait an extra 2 years to buy the house. In what? I would love to sit down with Jerry Jones and have someone actually get him to explain their strategy in this, because they always cave and pay. It just doesn't make sense. And since they've done this with Micah Parsons, multiple edge rushers have reset the market, and multiple non-quarterbacks have reset the market, period, as far as most expensive non-quarterbacks.
I think where Jerry might tell you, and again, I'm not saying this is right, but just watching them operate over the years, where he might tell you he makes up what you're saying is he finds, like you said, they've done a good job in the draft.
Yeah.
He thinks he can find scrap heap guys that don't cost anything if he did lose some money on the Micah Parsons deal, it's okay. He got what he wanted by being all badass and hard boss man, you know. but then on the flip side, he saves it on the back end with at running back or at another position. But that's always why the Cowboys have been viewed like Swiss cheese. It's like they have star players all over the place, and then the other places they have nothing. I think Jerry likes it that way. That's the way they've always kind of been built. It hasn't worked.
No.
So I don't know why he can't see that, but I'm guessing just ego and being Jerry as well.
They could have had Micah Parsons probably for 30-ish, and since then you've had Nick Bosa, you've had Max Crosby, you've had Hunter from the Texans, and Myles Garrett, and now T.J. Watt just reset the market for a non-quarterback. Why, Jerry? Why? Salaries at elite positions don't go down.
All right, coming up next, why tomorrow will break attendance records.
Ooh.
But first, Buck with Sports Center.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan in the NFL, another star requests a trade. Thursday was Commander star receiver Terry McLaurin. This morning, Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons has asked out of Dallas after the recent media shenanigans of one Jerry Jones. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, the D.C. Council has approved a deal between the Commanders and the city to build a stadium back in the district. No indication yet whether they'll be forced to take on their old name. In news that may impact your NFL viewing, ESPN and the NFL Network have agreed on a $1 billion blockbuster merger that will move a number of key NFL media properties to ESPN, the most important one being NFL Red Zone. The Mariners are back at it tonight hosting the Rangers. It's game 2 of a 4-game set. Logan Gilbert on the bump for Seattle. Jack Leiter takes the ball for Texas. First pitch from Soto at 7:10. And in the Bronx, the Yankees have released starter Marcus Stroman as they expect starter Luis Gil to return from the IL on Sunday. New York will have to eat the remaining $18 million on Stroman's deal. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley, the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday mornings 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m.
Reynolds Defense Firms, one promise. This is McDaniel Reynolds with the Reynolds Defense Firm, and we specialize in one thing. We represent good people facing DUI charges. Trust is a big deal to me, both personally and professionally. And I believe at the core of trust is a very simple concept: be genuine. We promise every client we represent that we will do the absolute best we can for them. If you or someone you believe in faces a DUI charge, call Reynolds Defense Firm today. Reynolds Defense Firm. We're solid, we're here if you need us, and we are very good at what we do.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home
Hey, we have random social media fight.
We do.
Yeah, sports media versus sports player.
God, which is dumber, like the hold me back, bro, or the Twitter Instagram fight? The keep my name out your mouth.
Hold me back, bro.
Yeah.
Meaning like,
well, like when someone's
fake
in person
tough guy.
and they start yelling, but like nothing's going to happen, and yet you keep yelling anyways.
I'm gonna go that being worse.
Yeah,
only
that's
because
like an in real life thing. It's not just over
Yeah.
your thumbs
Like,
and on the interwebs. Like
on
you
social
do it in
media,
person.
it's easy to do because
it's
bait, and there's really no consequences. It's, But this one's pretty random. We'll get to that. I teased this segment by saying why tomorrow will break attendance records.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what I'm discussing here? What I'm bringing to the
Oh,
table
I think
here?
I do.
Wow, tomorrow break
What?
attendance. Is this a sporting thing?
Yeah. Well, attendance. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I guess
Sports
that could
attendance,
be-
not like music.
Yeah,
or...
sports.
So what? Something's happening tomorrow that's big in
Yep.
sports.
It will break an all-time attendance record tomorrow, and nobody. I'm here to tell you, nobody knows about it.
Yep, that's true.
Boy. Well, is the Hall of Fame going on tomorrow?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, it's going on this weekend. Like,
well, it's not going on tomorrow.
Okay,
and it's not breaking an attendance record.
I was going to say, if you look at the NFL Hall of Fame class, I'm not trying to poo-poo anyone, but it's not a.
Who's the best name?
Jared Allen, probably.
Or Antonio Gates, maybe.
Sports is
Antonio
sports.
Gates, Jared Allen. Who else?
Sterling Sharp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sterling Sharp.
Yeah.
It's not a.
Eric Allen.
Yeah.
Where's Ichiro when you need him?
Yeah, it's not a.
Put him in there.
It's not a. Yeah, I don't know.
So
is
it's,
there something involving the WNBA.
The Braves and the Reds are playing a game at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Oh.
And they have already sold 85,000 tickets, which would break the all-time MLB single-game record set in 1954 at Cleveland Stadium.
How about that?
85,000 will be watching that game tomorrow between those two. Well, I guess the Reds are okay.
Yeah, the Braves are like.
The Braves are crappy.
Sneaky. The Braves are like the third or fourth worst record in baseball.
Yeah, I don't really know why, but whatever.
Boy, would you buy a ticket to that? Have you ever been to a NASCAR? I mean,
I saw the layout of it. What do you mean? Have I ever been to a NASCAR? No.
Like, if you've ever been to a NASCAR track, dude, they are enormous.
They're giant.
That
Yeah.
field is going to look like. I mean,
do you see the layout of it?
I just pulled it up just now.
It kind of feels like when you put the Final Four games in like a football stadium and you're like, man, I know that you can do this, but people sitting at the 300 level aren't getting great basketball viewing.
Yeah, this is
It's pretty wild.
That's a big ass thing. Although, look, I think this is. I like stuff like this.
I do too.
I love when they do the Winter Classic and then they do the Winter Series in the NHL. Nebraska volleyball played a game. Is it Memorial Stadium where Nebraska plays? I think
the football stadium.
The football stadium.
Yeah.
And so Nebraska's volleyball team, they set a women's volleyball record, and they did. They packed. It was like 70 whatever thousand. So I Field of Dreams was really awesome when they did that.
Baseball's been doing this for quite a while now.
Yeah, they've been doing interesting
and
places.
They want creative and new venues. I mean, they're saying that they want to keep trying this.
Yeah.
Because the Field of Dreams thing went great.
Yes, it did.
And I think they played 2 there, didn't they? Or was it just the one?
I thought they just did the one, but they've done it. They played another one. What was the
They've
Negro
done it
League?
multiple years.
Well, last year they played at Rickwood Field.
Rickwood Field, yeah,
which
that was
is the oldest ballpark in the United States.
And I think that was for like the commemorating the old Negro Leagues, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure Field of Dreams was just the one.
Was it?
I think it was just the
I
one
thought
game.
they played 2 games there. But anyway, they played at Fort Bragg. I didn't know this until I read about this today. They played at Fort Bragg in 2016.
Yeah, I remember that because that was the one where the douchey guy that goes and catches home run balls.
Oh, Zach Hampel.
Zach Hampel. He found a way to weasel his way in because it was only supposed to be military personnel that were going to go to that game.
Oh.
And he weaseled his way in and got a foul, or got a home run or a foul ball.
Williamsport has hosted.
Yeah, they do a Little League World Series
Yeah.
crossover now where all the players meet up and meet the Little League kids. It's pretty cool.
And I don't think it, because I think it's in Utah somewhere, but the one that always people are chiming for is they want to do a Sandlot game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Cool.
And
what,
maybe
what would you do? Just build out a
Yeah, you couldn't do it where they
replica?
actually filmed the movie, which I think I said it's like an abandoned park in Utah.
But you could find something that looks like an empty lot with a house
You could
behind
find
it,
an empty
the
lot
fence
and
all
then
that.
do just kind of build it out like it is the Sandlot and then have the fireworks and Yeah, I think that would be pretty neat if you could find a way to make that happen. I just think these things are cool, even though sometimes the seats are bad. And the Red Wings played a game at Michigan Stadium, and I almost went to it, but it ended up being a really popular ticket, and that was like 100,000 people. If you want to see a bad sightline, look at Red Wings Michigan Stadium, because the hockey rink, I mean, it literally looks like just a speck.
Yeah, you couldn't even see it.
You couldn't see anything.
The YouTube points out that Virginia Tech and Tennessee played at this very venue at Bristol Motor Speedway back in 2016, and they got 156,000 fans.
Well, if baseball's in the business of building temporary ballparks, which they are, they like this kind of thing.
Yes.
Why not go on a non-MLB city tour?
Yeah. Well, that would be really neat. Someone
like you could set up a game in Portland.
I'm trying to think. Did the NBA do that? Someone did in the preseason. Maybe it was the NBA. Someone went around to non-professional markets. Someone did this. I'm drawing a blank on who it was. But yeah, that would be cool to do that. I think that fan engagement and getting away from the norm is cool. The one I really liked is when I think it was North Carolina and Gonzaga. I think they did a couple games. They played on the aircraft carrier.
The battleships, yeah. The first one to do it, I think, was North Carolina, Michigan State, because I know Draymond Green and Harrison Barnes were in that game. They were like top 10 teams, but it's been done a couple times. It's really cool.
That's awesome. You go put it on the deck of an aircraft carrier.
You got all the Navy, the naval servicemen up there too.
Yeah,
it's cool.
See, stuff like that's freaking awesome. I'm all for this. So, and this is the sort of thing that I mean, the Red Wings tickets, that between flight and everything, it just ended up being cost prohibitive. But I would pay. I would pay an inflated price, even though you're going to Bristol and your seat's going to be crap and you're not going to see anything. I would pay for the whimsy, the pageantry of going to something.
The Sharks
like
and
that.
Canucks had one of the Winter Classic games like on Lake Tahoe, and I'm like, God, that would be rad if you could make it to that.
Yes, that was, and it ended up kind of being a disaster because it wasn't cold enough.
It was too warm.
It was too warm.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But again,
well, where'd they put all the fans?
You'd have to look it up. It wasn't really a fan event. It was more of just
a scenic event.
A scenic event. But the picturesque, that is the prettiest hockey game that has ever been played. But the ice kept melting and they couldn't keep it cold enough. And there weren't a lot of fans. But the Lake Tahoe NHL game was the coolest game ever played.
Like setting, yeah.
And I think it was last year we were coming down because we spent Christmas in Canada, and we were coming down, and same sort of thing. I'm kicking myself, but they played at Safeco Field, or not, what's now T-Mobile, the Kraken and the Vegas Knights. And we were driving back, and it was like a day off, and we had already rented our place in Vancouver. And so it just, again, same thing, didn't quite work out, but the players embraced it. All of the Kraken players dressed like the Pikes Market fish throwers. They all showed up to the game wearing the orange overalls, and all of the Vegas Knights showed up dressed as Elvis.
Ooh, nice.
So they the players.
That's cool.
The players buy into it. Like they did a whole thing. It was really cool when you get player buy-in, like they did with the Field of Dreams. Remember Tim Anderson, of the White Sox? Like when you get player buy-in for these kind of cool, unique things, dude, it's just awesome to see.
Where should they go next?
I'm trying to think of for baseball.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to think of places where they could corkscrew a stadium, but
a
lot of people have brought up Wembley. Play a baseball game at Wembley.
Yes.
Which I'm sure they could do.
Yeah, wait, didn't they do that? I think we already did that, and it was terrible. There ended up being, it was like a 16-10 game. Like everyone was just cranking out of the yard.
Really?
I think that happened already.
A lot of people want Doubleday Field, which is in Cooperstown.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It's a little surprising, not like the Hall of Fame game already does that. You can do that with
I would
Major League
imagine
Baseball
they
easily.
will do that. Maybe go to Beirut.
Maybe not. Maybe a little
Could you do a whole Negro Leagues tour and just do like all of the cities?
There you go.
That have those?
Well,
What about a cricket stadium like in India?
Yeah, you could do that. Indy 500 would be one that. You got room there, but you could do something like that. I mean, is there a bigger venue? Could you find a way to squeeze one into like Madison Square Garden? Could you play
what?
Could you play indoor?
I don't think so.
Could you play indoor at the Garden? I'm just trying to think of what are unique.
What about
venues? Do it on
Well-
the Vegas Strip like they did with the F1 race.
It's not a venue, but what was that that beach? Was it where Rod Stewart had like 1 million people?
That was in
watching?
Brazil.
Yeah, like go there.
Yeah.
Throw up a field right on that beach.
All right, I got one for you. All right.
Hit home runs into the
Madison
water.
Square Garden was silly, but Central Park.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Because they've done, like, Garth Brooks played there, and same thing, like,
Oh, did he?
like a gajillion people showed up to that. And it is weird, though, because if you're in New York, you already have Yankee Stadium and you got Citi Field, but it'd be kind of cool. If you could, like, recreate, like, the Polo Grounds and do that in Central Park, because I would, like, what was that, like, 4 whatever? It's like 480 to center field. You know, for one game, do something cool like that.
They should call us.
Well, NFL game on the White House lawn. They're going to have a USC event.
Well, there you go. Let's play a baseball game
Yeah.
at the White House.
Yeah. With that as the backdrop would be pretty cool. Look, whatever you think of the current president, and trust me, I get it if you're not a fan. Or if you don't like the UFC, because again, totally get it. That UFC event outdoors on the White House lawn is going to be bananas. For like all high tea bros, that will be the greatest high tea event in the history of that sport.
It's called sports.
Great minds. All right, it's a fight next on 10.
That-
Well, yeah, both.
It's one of those.
On the Fan Sports Network.
There you go.
That includes 1080, I think. On the Fan.
Dirt and Sprague. on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, we've got a Twitter or X, whatever you call it these days, beef here.
Between two douchey sports writers or like one douchey sports writer?
No, you got a sports writer and an athlete.
Oh, well, these are always fun.
Yeah, because the athlete has no respect for the writer.
No.
So it's Jeff Passan.
Oh, I like Jeff Passan.
He's a baseball scribe.
Boy, this bums me out because if he's involved in this and is being childish, because I think Jeff Passan's one of the better baseball writers.
Well, let's see who you side with here.
All right.
So
I also like Jeff Passan.
Jeff Passan writes, this is on X, among the return to the Pirates in Bednar deal, per ESPN sources, catcher Rafael Flores, who tore up AA, is now at AAA, is a top-shelf framer and regarded as a big league-ready catcher.
Mm-hmm.
A very good centerpiece. Also in it, Edgeline Perez, who is 19 with excellent swing decisions. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the tweet.
This is what caused
Doesn't that piss you off?
Well, okay, I am baffled.
Triggered somebody.
Like
yeah.
I really thought that there would have been.
What do you think in there triggered someone? I mean, it's hard to, it's a pretty mundane.
That's the definition of mundane. That's the Jay Leno tweet if I've ever seen one. Like, what would you possibly? Are you saying? I don't know. Excellent swing decision. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Former Red Sox first baseman Doug McCavich has entered the chat.
Oh, all right.
You remember Dougie Doug?
World Series champion, right?
Played with the Twins, played with the Red Sox, played with the Yankees.
Yeah, I think Royals might have had him even for a time, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
he's
well-traveled.
He's the guy who kept the ball when the Red Sox won the World Series.
Yeah, he put it in his pocket.
He was playing first base, and
Yeah.
he kept the ball.
Yeah.
Smart.
Which, by the way, that's 100%. You keep that one in there, and that's the, if you ever need a quick extra, I don't know, $900,000, put that thing up for auction.
And don't we all?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure
So
out.
he says
what Passan's tweet could have led to some sort of spat.
He says, "Man, what a time to be alive when a non-baseball person writes excellent swing decisions for a guy hitting 209 in A ball and is a career 241 hitter. I swear some scouts and writers will say anything to sound somewhat intelligent to non-baseball people."
Oh my God. I was thinking about this all wrong, man. My head had become so clouded. I thought normally people get upset because the people aren't giving them enough praise.
Yeah, too much credit here for the prospect.
Dougie's pissed because someone gave credit to a minor league ball player?
Well, don't tell me he's got excellent swing decision when he's hitting like crap.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
was
so
McDavid's point.
here's where Passan cranks it up.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so Jeff's not... First off, Jeff, just, I would like to tell this to Jeff Passan and anyone else. You don't have to respond. You really don't.
He doesn't like to eat crap, though. He'll fire back.
You can just let that go. Or can you?
He says, that description came from a scout, Doug. Do you hate them too, or are you just bitter because batting average is no longer the metric people care about and it's the only one you were ever good at? Stay bitter, guy.
Oh! Dude, Passan came hard.
Over the top with a guy.
He guyed him. I'm guessing there's history with these two.
Wow.
Maybe.
Something tells me
Maybe he
there's-
wrote something about him at some point.
Because obviously McCavich hates Passan.
And Passan, look.
And Passan hates
Passan
McCavich.
hates him too, because that's not a...
Gloves came off real fast.
Yeah.
So then
he guyed him.
McCavich says, glad you finally admitted that, guy. Here is a line you should never forget. I can do what you do. You can't do what the players do.
Oh my God, we're doing that. We're doing that one. Like you didn't
It's
play
the
the
go-to
game.
card.
It is.
He says, bitter? Not at all. Without players, you have no job. Without scouts, you have zero knowledge. Don't forget it, guy.
Guide him back.
He guyed him back twice.
Oh my God, Doug.
Jeff Passan replies,
Oh boy.
It's a good thing I'm trying not to play, Doug. The sad part is that you're trying to think and you are absolutely terrible at it. There's nothing more sad than an old ball player who wants things to be like they once were and is too incurious to care the game passed them by. Wow.
Damn.
He says, "You had a good career. This is Passon.
Yeah.
You were a good ball player. You did things I never could. That doesn't give you license to say stupid things. I don't know a lot, so I ask people who do. You think you know a lot, and those who actually do laugh at you." Wow. Jeff Passon.
Down.
Tasty.
Now,
that's some heat it up, boys. Get you some.
We've got Doug. He has replied.
What? Of course.
Dr. Doug McKavich.
So how old do we know? Because Passon's got to be in his 50s, right? He's been around a long time.
No idea.
All right.
He doesn't look that old, but.
All right. I'm assuming that old Dougie
He's
here.
44. Passon.
He's 44.
They're probably about the same age.
Doug is, as I had to pull up Doug's stats. Doug's 51.
Okay.
All right. You're at no point, so they're our age, right?
Yeah.
At no point in any of this did either one of these guys sit there and realize I am a 51 or a 44-year-old man literally typing insults at another middle-aged man over something as arbitrary as baseball knowledge on Twitter.
Hey.
It never occurred to either one of you of how incredibly stupid this is.
Sometimes the T takes over.
Yeah.
So McKavich then writes, and this is the last one, okay? So Passon has not responded to this yet.
Yeah.
He says, "It's simple, and you got your feelings hurt. Just because people comment doesn't mean they are mad. It's common courtesy to mention the people who gave you your info. I know plenty from experience as a player and as a manager and coach. You speak of laughing at me? If you don't think some players and others, respected writers, don't laugh at you, that's comical. It's simple. Just give the people giving you info the credit like you give the players credit. Simple." I kind of am not following.
I think old Dougie is upset because he claims that Passon is passing off that information as Passon's own knowledge. And he wants Jeff Passon to say, he has excellent swing choices according to XYZ. So Doug wants him to show his
Cite
work.
your sources.
Cite your sources.
Well, okay. But I mean, he
You got
did
160 characters. Who cares?
He did say he got it from a scout, didn't he?
He wants the scout name names. Look, in this douche-off, and make no mistake about it, it is a douche-off. There is one man, and one man only, that won this douche-off.
And
it
it's
ain't
Jeff
No, no.
You think McKavich won that?
No. The douche-off is who's the bigger douche.
Oh, McKavich.
And that's McKavich.
Yes, no question.
Yes.
I thought Passon
Yes.
went right back at him quite well.
Yes, Passon won, but this is a douche-off. And clearly, the giant douche here is Doug McKavich.
Yeah,
It's
if
not
anything,
even close.
Passon might have gone a little too far, but he was spot on.
Well, all Passon did was put out some information on a trade, and out of nowhere.
And ends up telling him that you shouldn't try thinking.
Out of nowhere, Doug's like, whoa, what? This is terrible. And let me just state for the record, this idea that you had to have played the sport at any level to understand it.
So dumb.
Again, when I was in Tampa Bay, I am confident saying this. I am 1,000 times a better football player than John Gruden was. John Gruden has forgotten more about football than I will ever know. Sean McVay was a terrible football player. He is a phenomenal. Why do you have to have played the game? There are people that cover the NFL that are female. And last time I checked, not a lot of those in the NFL that are really, really bright. This knuckle-dragging idea, and I swear to God, baseball players are the worst at this.
You think Bill Belichick was good at football?
That you have to have this idea.
Great point.
Nick Saban was like a walk-on DB at Kent State.
He's 5'6".
You know, but they, well, you didn't play the game. You know, therefore you don't know what good swing
Better not be
choices
speaking
are.
on this.
Jeez, Doug.
Well, it was good little social media war there.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll see if Passon responds.
I think his best material is already on the board, and he doesn't need to do much
I agree.
more.
If he just lays out, he's won.
Yes. I think at this point, all you can do is hurt your case. And as someone points out, Jeff Passon, great hair.
Great hair.
Great hair.
Great hair. Looks like a
The sad part
17-year-old
is
boy,
you're
but-
trying to think, and you're absolutely terrible at it.
Well, it's just
All right.
why if you're McKavich, why insert yourself into what a random. So clearly he's following Jeff Passett and he sees that tweet and he's so wound up at someone who doesn't hit for a great average.
So does he think the Pirates got somebody who actually sucks that Passan is kind of propping up here, and he's like, that's bull?
There's probably just history there.
Something's going on.
This list, next on The Fan.
I'm Jake Hassan, here to help you beat the books with BetMGM. Tonight, I'm targeting an ace pitcher with good history against his opposing team, and a team that just jettisoned their entire roster at the deadline.
12 cats live across the road. Our door's open. Screen's broke. I turn and look. There's a little kitty cat in our kitchen. So I said, what are you doing in here, little kitty cat?
Isaac Robb.
Cat starts going, meow, all crazy. We need more dogs.
Jason Sukanik.
Try to let it out the front door. Meow, meow. The cat's still going crazy in there.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here. Meow, looking in the mirror. Be a dog.
105.1 and 1080.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Joey Harrington will be by at 5:30 on your Swatch Watch tonight.
May I also add, communication with Joey sometimes is sparse, but he has been both cryptic and cagey. He has something special he would like to share with us today.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, there's things in the works.
Yeah.
Now, do you have it?
I do have this thing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, this is going to be great.
Interesting.
And I think if you heard last week's installment, you may know
You have an idea, perhaps.
what he's bringing to the table. I also have, I saw a list of the top 25 ducks of the last 25 years. And I don't know if he's going to be happy with his place on that list.
Oh, well, I mean, off the top of my head, I mean, he's there's some really good ones.
No, there definitely are.
Well, and then you got into that weird thing. Are we talking NFL or are we just talking?
Well, and is it legacy? Is it what you did on the field?
Well, I think it's all of that. So we'll get to that with Joey. 5:30. By the way, before I get to this next list that I caught today, that's pretty wild.
Okay.
You guys catch the new virtual first down technology from last night's game?
Yeah, no more index card from Gene Steratore.
Yeah, you kind of forgot that was a thing, but and that is not a preseason. That is going to be the system that is used in the regular season. The change gang will be there as a backup, but they're going to the Hawkeye, the same technology that like tennis uses, and this will now be virtual first downs. Welcome to the I don't know, the future here, NFL.
Well,
My God,
it's about time.
Yeah,
I mean.
Dude, the idea that a $9 billion revenue league or whatever it is was using index cards and duct taped chains together, it's
pretty
beyond
weird,
stupid.
Isn't it?
Yes.
But so I only saw this because it went viral.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't watching the game. I don't know if there was more than one, but the one I saw was cool and I love it. But it is also kind of because they just show a cartoon-ish graphic of a fake football.
Yeah.
And then a yellow line.
Yes. That's it.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
They don't indicate which side you need the ball to be on.
Well, there's that.
Right?
That was confusing.
Because you're assuming that it's zooming in from the view that you're seeing it, but it should probably say this side is a first down and this side isn't.
Well, it did. It had the arrow that pointed to the right for a first down.
Yeah, but it was.
But when you see the ball,
it needs to go.
It felt like they were looking because the team was going left.
Yeah. Right.
So because the team was going left, you're thinking that that they didn't get the first down because the ball is right of the line.
They should almost flip it to the same direction the team is going.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which they probably will figure that out eventually.
Again, it's a little clunky. It's the first one. Yeah, my guess is they'll clean it up. But yeah, it is.
But don't you think they could? I don't like how they could sort of they could put the ball anywhere. Like you just kind of have to take their word for it.
Well, but that's and this is why I always said about whenever we went to some sort of virtual system, the problem that we still have and will continue to have, and there'll still be replays and challenges is exactly the ball spot. There's no way we have not accurately figured out a way, because everyone says we'll put a chip in the ball. That doesn't matter because it only matters when a knee or a shin or an elbow hits the ground. It is still going to be very arbitrary and almost impossible in piles to accurately put the ball. When we're talking a matter of inches, when you got a linesman running in, and let's say there's a 4-man pileup, and in a short yardage situation, it's more than that, and you are going to ask someone to run in from the side and determine when a body part was down and where that ball was as the player's reaching it out, it's still going to be very archaic and judgmental when it comes to where the ball at. But at least now,
but they can't do anything.
They can't do anything about
and
that.
I think the officials are actually pretty good at spotting the ball.
Yes,
but that just is what it is.
It is, and so there's still always going to be massive discrepancy. But we do have replay, and they do say no, it needs to be moved back to here, or it needs to be moved forward. And this this will at least clear up. Once the ball is spotted, this where it's at, the measurement takes no time at all.
They're all, what I was referring to more is like the graphic could put the ball anywhere. Like, how do we know that the graphic is showing exactly where it is relative to the line? You don't really know that. You just have to trust it.
Yes.
So it's kind of weird in that way.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because it's unlike tennis, because this is the Hawkeye technology from tennis. In tennis, the lines are permanent, whereas in football,
Yes.
it's it's a moving line.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you seen some of the Chiefs jokes on social media?
Yeah, with the refs,
like the big oblong ball. It's like, if the Chiefs were playing, this is a first down.
First down. All I know is I'm glad that the NFL is embracing this. And it sounds like within a year or two, Major League Baseball is going to go to the robotic strike zone, which needs to happen as well. Just embrace it and get the call correct, or the most correct you can have the most time. Like that's what you should be moving towards. And this virtual first down system is much better than the stupid chains.
All right, this is quite a list of players this dude has traded. We'll get to that next. Then in the news on 105.1 The Fan.
Kicks 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
All right, in the news is coming up next. Tell you what, I just was down in San Diego a couple weekends ago, and the scene at Petco Park, it's bananas, dude.
Yeah.
It's like what they have cooked up down there, and they're not even. I mean, they're in the hunt for the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're not that great this year, but dude, those people, I think they're full every night, and they are going crazy for the Padres down there.
Well, they're the only game in town now, right? It's the only professional sport.
Well, they have MLS, I think, but
oh, that's true. Well,
I drove by the stadium.
Yeah, is it the Earthquakes or no? That's San Jose.
That's San Jose.
I don't know, but the missus, the old BTJ, she wanted to use the Alaska with like the companion fare.
It's just San Diego FC.
San Diego FC. So we were kicking around like, what did she want to do? And she's a big Shohei Ohtani gal. So she's like, well, let's go see a Dodger game. I said, okay. So she gave me the weekends of where she was available, and we looked, and they play back to back the Dodgers and Padres in a couple weeks. And so I was like, oh, well, do you want to go to LA? Do you want to go to San Diego? And she's like, whatever. I will say the ticket prices in San Diego versus the Dodgers, just the get-in price, it's about $120 difference. The get-in price in San Diego versus LA. It's not even, we're like, yeah, we're going to LA.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scene, man.
Yeah.
It's like this is when you have something great, is that it's more than just the game.
Yeah.
It's where everyone wants to be.
Yep.
Regardless of what happens on the field. I mean, it's like the ballpark is absolutely dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
The setting is incredible. The weather's incredible.
Tons of places around it.
Dude, yeah, well, yeah, that every single fan there is in Padres gear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, I don't really know how they've done it. I mean, they have a great setting, great ballpark. So that has drawn people in. It's cool to go down there.
Yep.
But they've made it cool. I don't know if it's Tatis, because he's a huge star there, or Machado. I don't know. I don't know how they did it, but whatever they have done, they have captured magic. And those fans, I mean, outside of the major cities like obviously Cubs,
Boston, New
Phillies,
York,
Boston, New York, you just don't find smaller market fan bases this well, that's not true. You have rabid smaller market fan bases. I'm just saying, like, it kind of came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've never been to a World Series, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, they've been to a World Series. They lost
to the Yankees, Tony Gwynn's team.
Oh, did they?
I thought they lost to the Tigers.
Okay, they've never won a World Series.
They've never won a World Series. That's correct.
But you're right in that I having been down there a couple times, it's a fun little vacation spot. To your point, again, we were down there a couple years ago, and the Dodgers were in town. We could not. And normally I'll just walk up to a game and be like, oh, we'll find tickets. You can always, bring a couple bucks with you. You can scalp a ticket. Dude, you could not get a ticket. And everyone that I went to was like, dude, good luck, man. You ain't getting into this game. And they have that really cool center field area that's not in the stadium, but it's like a...
They just redid that.
Yeah, it's like it's right outside center field, and it's a little party area. We hung out there for a bit. And then you can walk to any bar in is it Gaslamp District right there?
Mm-hmm.
And we wandered around, and every single bar during that game was packed with outdoor seating, game on, and it was like a mini extension of Petco Park. Game day experience in San Diego, top 3 or 4 that I've seen of any Major League Baseball city.
It's a vibe.
Yes.
And also,
that being said, suck it, Padres.
One of the things, before I get to this story, why I'm talking about the Padres, is that it's a good lesson for Portland, if we were to ever get a Major League Baseball stadium.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we go down to San Diego a lot because of family.
Yeah.
Down there. And when I first went to Petco, when it first opened, it wasn't this.
Yeah.
And it was, the lesson being for Portland is stadiums can evolve. It's not just, it's a great stadium or it's not a great stadium. Petco, when I first went there, it was a little cold.
Yeah, people gave it kind of I remember people
the
giving
fans
it 2
weren't
thumbs
that
down.
into it. It was good, cool setting, but they have since, like you said, that area in center field and just the vibe that they've created. Again, I don't really know all they've put into how they've done it, but it has evolved into the place to be in Southern California, and that's amazing. So you just never know. Like, just because the ballpark, you go and you're like, the fans aren't that into it or the team sucks, things can change, and it can grow.
But it also is something where when you put it in the right area and you build around it, because you got to admit, where it's at, ease of access, all the bars, all the restaurants, all the affordable for San Diego, but housing around there, apartments. It's not like that area around that ballpark is awesome, and it's not like every condo is $1 million. And so there's young people down there. It's just a cool area. And so there is something to be said for, if you're going to build a stadium, putting it in the right place where you can kind of grow and let the community grow around it, because when done right, it can become the focal point of your city.
So I'm talking about them because their GM, AJ Preller, just made quite a splash.
Yeah,
at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, they're going all in. They're not messing around.
So he got 7 major league players, including Mason Miller from the A's. But they put out a list of the players that guy has traded in his tenure as Padres GM.
As in traded away?
It's insane. Yes, as in traded away. So the guy that he traded to get Mason Miller is a guy by the name of Leo DeVries, and he is the 3rd highest-ranked prospect in all of baseball.
Yeah.
In his tenure with the Padres, A.J. Preller has also dealt Trey Turner. He was, at the time, the 5th best prospect in San Diego, and he has become a MVP candidate in Philadelphia.
Yep.
He has traded James Wood, who is now arguably one of the best players on the Nationals and was an all-star this year, and he has 71 RBI.
Yeah, dude's a machine.
He was a big piece in the Juan Soto trade. He traded Mackenzie Gore, who is having a breakout year and was once the #1 prospect in all of baseball. He traded C.J. Abrams, who is the starting shortstop for the Nationals and was an all-star last year. He traded Max Fried, who was traded to the Braves in 2014 for Justin Upton. Max Fried is now,
Yankees.
but he's like one of the top pitchers in all of baseball.
Yep.
At the time, he was a top 50 prospect. He traded Andres Munoz, the closer for the Mariners.
All-star closer. I didn't know that.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
He was part of the trade that sent Austin Adams, Dan Altavia, and Austin Nola to San Diego from Seattle. Remember that trade?
I do, but I don't remember Munoz being. Yeah, I remember that trade. I don't remember.
Well,
him
at the time he was a minor leaguer. You didn't know anything about him. You're like, just some guy named Munoz. The Mariners were selling off Adams and Nola and Altavia, and they got Munoz in that deal. He also traded Emmanuel Clase. And that's the guy who's he's by the last couple of years has been one of the best closers in all of baseball.
Great. Well,
he traded him in a trade to the Rangers for a guy by the name of Brett Nicholas.
Yikes.
Back in 2018.
And then Juan Soto, but I mean the Juan Soto thing, they weren't going to resign him. So
he traded Soto. He also traded Josh Naylor.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Is
that how he ended up in Cleveland?
That was a part of the Luis Castillo trade. So Naylor, they got him from the Marlins in 2016 along with Luis Castillo for Andrew Cashner and Colin Ray, but Castillo was a Padre for all of 2 days because Ray got hurt, and so he had to go back to the Marlins, Castillo. So Naylor was traded to the Guardians in 2020 for Mike Clevenger and Greg Allen, and he was an all-star last year as well.
Dude,
it's amazing.
Okay, so you got to appreciate the going all in thing, right? You got to appreciate that the Padres have been a good team. Do you sit back and be like, oh my God, if we had just been a little patient? And like you said, they gave up, I think they gave up their number. It was, who was the big player in the prospect? I think he was the #2 player in their organization and one of the best in all of baseball.
Well, like I said, he was the 3rd best ranked prospect in all of baseball.
So that would have been their one. I thought when I saw 3rd, I thought that meant it was the Padres 3rd. So you gave up their #1. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 3 or 4 of their top 12 or 13 prospects went out at this trade deadline, including their best one that you said is the 3rd best prospect in all of baseball.
So if he had just held on to everyone, He'd have Trey Turner, James Wood, Mackenzie Gore, C.J. Abrams, Max Fried, Andres Munoz, Emmanuel Clase, and Josh Naylor.
Yikes.
Be a pretty good little lineup.
Throw in Juan Soto there if you want. You had him.
I
Could've
guess
paid him.
technically you could. He traded him too.
Yep.
All right. Up next, it is time for In the News. Your noted newsman is standing by. Should they get the monies? Next, here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan in the NFL, another star requests a trade. This morning, Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons has asked out of Dallas after the recent media shenanigans of Jerry Jones. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, the D.C. Council has approved a deal between the Commanders and the city to build a stadium in the district. No indication yet whether they will be forced to take back their old team name. Meanwhile, the Mariners back at it tonight, hosting the Rangers. It's game 2 of a 4-game set. Logan Gilbert is on the hill for Seattle. Jack Leiter takes the ball for Texas. First pitch at 7:10. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. On George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson. Weekdays 2 to 3. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Yeah, I was just perusing advocateslaw.com.
You go there from time to time.
Yeah, just check it out.
Cruise over to ESPN.com, maybe over to Yahoo, and then flip on over to the Advocates.
It's your homepage now, isn't it?
Advocates
You just log
Law.
onto the internet?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I just saw Ken and Donnie on a TV ad a little bit ago, and one thing I like about Ken and Donnie at the Advocates is that they are putting their faces out there, so you kind of know who they are, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're watching TV, you're seeing them on the ads, you're listening to us, you go to their website. Ken and Donnie, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, they're everywhere.
Well, they're a handsome pair, too. I mean, Ken's got that big swooping hair going on, so he's putting himself out there.
I don't know that I'd call Donnie handsome. She might
stab you
kick
in the
you
eye.
in the nards.
Well,
But
all right. About handsome, and
Ooh.
then I don't know what's the appropriate word for Donnie, who is a female.
What if you call Donnie handsome? She kicks you in the nards.
Yeah.
You hire Ken to sue Donnie.
Dude, I like where that's going.
Who would win?
I don't know.
I think Donnie
I'm
wins.
kind of scared. I've told you, I'm scared of Donnie. I played
She's a
poker with her
badass.
once, and didn't go well for me. She's very competitive. I don't want to mess with her. I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Car accident, pedestrian accident, the old slip and fall, the old, ow, my arm.
I think it's broken. We just got done watching Slippery Stairs, and some of those falls were brutal.
Truck accidents. If you've been injured, you need more than a lawyer. Go see our friends, Ken and Donnie at the Advocates, and go peruse that website. A lot of content on there at advocateslaw.com.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip.
Welcome back to our radio program. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. And I mean that. I know I am.
Beautiful outside.
Oh, it's wonderful. You know, it's even more wonderful, the mornings these days.
It's crisp.
Ah, it's great.
I have to, because I take the big fella for a walk every morning, and I love these mornings where you're debating: do you go long sleeve? Do you go light sweatshirt? Are you fine in the tank top? Like, it's you wake up and you're like, oh man,
yeah,
like there's a crisp in the air, and so like it's there's a debate.
I find light sweatshirt absolutely delightful.
Yeah,
this time of year in the morning.
Yeah,
but it's off by 9.
I usually do the
maybe 10,
like a light dry fit top, like a long sleeve Nike dry fit.
Sounds like a quarter zip.
Can't do it.
So hot.
Can't embrace the quarter zip lifestyle yet.
My wife brought a $4 quarter zip home from Costco the other day. Can't wait to rock that thing.
What brand?
I don't know. It's $4.
That's the key.
32-degree quarter zip.
She's like, would you wear this? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, if you decide you want to keep it, it's only $4.
Let me see if you guys agree with this. Yeah. I don't like it when my wife buys me clothes.
Because you feel obligated?
Well, that's part of it, but I don't like her style.
Oh,
for me.
I'll just tell her straight away if it's not going to work. So it's
I just don't.
Did she try to dress you out of your comfort zone?
I've talked her out of it over the years.
Yeah.
I don't think she doesn't really do it anymore.
Sure,
but that was an inclination that she had early in our relationship, and I was just like, maybe just let me. I mean, I'm not the most stylish guy.
Lane.
Yeah, but I just I like what I like.
We appreciate the effort, but
do you buy your wife thing like clothes?
I wouldn't even. Yeah, she'll see something and she'll be like, oh, But the sizing thing, I'm a weird. I have weird shapes, so it's usually not like a matter of style. It's usually a fit. She either buys an elephant tent or the world's smallest. I'm like, in what world did you think I was going to fit into?
You get the European cut.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for the most part. The BTJ is a fairly stylish person, and she knows that I'm willing to take some chances. So it doesn't happen that often, but there is a pressure, I will admit. There is a pressure when they buy you something to, like, wear it. Or because she gets very sensitive. If she buys me something and I don't like it, somehow I'm an ass. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah, that makes the interaction difficult. I don't have that.
So I have one of two options. Either tell her, I don't like this, please take it back, and I'm an ass. Or it sits in my closet, and I don't wear it. And then like 6 months later, she's like, you never wear it. And I'm like, yeah, I
don't
know.
want to be an ass.
And then I'm an ass then. And so I can't win. I can't.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's August 1, 2025. It's time for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello, thank you. You have made it to August.
Yes, you have.
Congratulations.
It's gone so damn fast.
Yes, we're on the backside of the dog days of summer.
Yeah.
It appears.
Doesn't feel like it.
Why not?
I just doesn't feel August. I feel like
You feel like summer just started?
I do. And I look up, it's like, what? August? We haven't had it really be hot yet, I don't think. And
the other thing is, where did you go?
I went to Italy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you took a long vacation.
Yeah.
I haven't really taken a long vacation. So that makes it feel like, well, that's got to be coming up.
Yeah,
but it's not.
It's not. Your vacation is the olds.
Yeah, it has been this year.
That's the vacation.
2 trips to Salina. Jealous.
And a U-Haul road trip back from Salina.
Today is National Spritz Day.
Oh, okay.
Don't ever let the high tea, you got to drink beer and whiskey,
dissuade you from a nice
insecure
Aperol
bro.
Spritz.
Don't ever let them shame you about drinking a nice, delicious Spritz. The Spritz is wonderful.
Yeah.
Cram it.
I can't disagree with that.
I was shamed once in Vegas. I was at the Pai Gow table, and one of my favorite win pit bosses came over and gave me all kinds of crap for drinking an Aperol Spritz. I was out at the pool.
Yeah.
So I'm strolling around with my
appropriate
Spritz. Yes.
Warm weather
He's like,
drink.
why don't you drink a whiskey like a man?
Why don't you mind your own business and let me lose my money?
Yeah. How you comp it, I'll drink it. How about that?
Oh, you want to bring me one on the house? If not, I'm going to order what I want to order. Oh, yeah. I love the drink shaming people.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, that's next level. Now, if you're ordering like a Dirty Shirley or something, maybe.
Wait, what's a Dirty Shirley?
That's the Shirley Temple, but with actual booze.
Vodka.
You can throw
Shirley
whatever
Temple
you
vodka.
want in there, like vodka.
Have you gotten to the Shirley Temple portion of quarterback yet?
No, I have not. I
Yeah,
stopped watching.
Kirk Cousins.
He orders Shirley Temples.
Well, he and his buddies.
Boy, that's on brand.
Yeah, he and his buddies. Well, you probably got far enough where he's got those friends that come to one game every year.
Yeah.
And they do bits.
Yeah.
They dress up every year and
Sure.
they come to the game and it's all they're zany. They
Yeah,
always
he
go
seems crazy.
They always go to dinner and they all order Shirley Temples.
As a bit, or they actually?
It became a bit.
Okay.
And he explains it on there, but
well,
he thinks the Shirley Temple is like one of the most delightful drinks that exists.
See,
Kirk Cousins.
It's hard for me to like Kirk Cousins when this stuff happens, because like you shouldn't drink shame. But I have told this story. We were at a bowl game in Memphis, Tennessee, and we went out to a bar, and one Craig Schmidt of Arizona fame, good dude, played at BYU, is an Arizona guy, I think Gilbert, Arizona. And we were sitting down, and he wanted to come along, even though he was a very nice Mormon boy. And that son of a bitch ordered a Shirley Temple. We went around, and it was a hot waitress too. And I was like, dude, can we just not be the BYU crew? First off, he wore BYU gear, which already pissed me off. Like, God, we're at a bar, don't wear that.
Well, that's all pretty on brand, though.
And he had the nerve to order a Shirley Temple. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's very I hate to.
Then don't go.
I hate
Then
to say
don't go.
this to you, but if I see somebody order a Shirley Temple,
Yeah.
I assume they're Mormon.
Well, if you're going to order Shirley, and I turned to him, well, I said something I shouldn't have said, but I can't say on the air, but why did you come? Why? Then just stay home. Don't come out and order a Shirley Temple.
Or be a man and order a beer.
Bud Heavy. Let's go.
Did it go like that scene in Departed where Leo orders a cranberry juice?
Yeah.
It is also International Beer Day.
Oh, there you go. I'll be having, I think some hams is on tap tonight for me. From the land
Okay.
of sky blue waters.
Should they get the monies? You decide.
No.
So, this is a Washington mother. She is suing a Seattle area port a year after a river otter attacked her toddler.
Oh, I did see this.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, she is filing the complaint against the Port of Bremerton, which is up there by Port Orchard, on the across the water.
Yes.
From Seattle. Court records show that she and her daughter, who was 2 years old at the time of the attack, live on a sailboat in the port, operated by Bremerton Marina.
And somehow this is the marina's fault?
So the incident, damn it, gotta pop up here.
I hate that.
God, where's the X? I can't find the X.
Boy, don't even get me started on the hidden X.
God.
That'll piss me off every damn time. And then they make it to where it's almost impossible to click on the X.
Yeah, you think I'm going to buy your product after I can't close your ad?
Yeah. You have zero chance, zero of me ever buying a product of yours if you do the hidden X.
The otter pulled the child into the water as she walked along the dock with her mom.
Yeah.
According to the agency, the child eventually resurfaced after being pulled underwater. The otter bit the mother as she lifted her child from the water. The toddler was later treated at a hospital for scratches and bites that she had sustained on her head, face, and legs. The mother also claims that they had to receive rabies vaccinations, and her daughter still faces nightmares and behavioral aggression. Okay?
What, the kid's aggressive now because of an otter attack? Sue the otter then. Get out of here.
The complaint alleges many of the on-site security cameras are inoperative at any given time.
Okay.
While the plaintiff pays the port a monthly service fee of about $125. Prior to the attack, the Port of Bremerton had actually had actual and repeated notice of otter activity on and around this dock and had received complaints about their aggressive nature. They did nothing to help their tenants.
It's an otter.
And they say that
Some menace
staff
to society is what it is.
had lodged multiple complaints with the port about aggressive otter behavior, including otters defecating on docks, damaging marina property, living on several abandoned or derelict boats, being aggressive towards marina tenants, and posing a risk to public safety.
Okay, time out. So let me just get this. This rich you-know-what is pissed because they moved into otter territory and the otters are doing otter things? Get out of here. You don't get an effing dime.
See, it's interesting. You say she's rich. I pictured her as one of the poors.
No, there's no such thing as a poor up there. You live
Bremerton?
on you live on a sailboat
Have
in
you?
Bremerton.
But see, I think
some of
she's
those some of those water residences aren't nice.
Dude, it's not. It's not what you think.
It's like living in a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's cheap.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to Bremerton, dude, it is not ritzy. As a matter of fact,
I don't
it's the
care.
opposite.
Not a dime. Not a
You're saying
freaking
no money.
Dime.
No
Not
money.
a dime.
Not a dime
Shove
back.
it. Yeah.
Cram it.
Cram it.
You know what? It's going to build character. You got attacked by an otter. Deal with it. So, like, I have a possum in my backyard. If the possum attacks me, I get to sue, what, the Possum King? It's freaking nature. And by the way, you live on a sailboat, you dumbass. What you want, so you're telling me that there's aggressive otters, so kill all the otters? What if there's an orca that comes on? Let's get rid of that orca. I don't like it. Then I can't be on my sailboat. Get out of here. This lady sucks. An otter. And by the way, really, you're
intense.
scared of an otter?
The child is, yeah.
Well, okay.
Almost killed the kid. She has behavioral aggressions now.
Well, get some therapy.
Probably got Lyme disease.
Well,
from it.
That's probably where the aggression comes from.
And lupus.
Dude, I hate this. Sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes it's an act of nature, and it's no one's fault. You got attacked by an otter. If you don't want to be around marine life, there's a real easy way to not be around marine life. Don't live on a sailboat. This is like if I lived at the base of a volcano and then I was like, oh, damn it, volcano erupted. Who could have predicted this? You live in nature. I grew up in Alaska. Guess what we had in our backyard? Bears and moose. Why? Because we lived in Alaska and we lived on a river. Welcome to Alaska.
Well,
this lady sucks.
I think she should call Ken and Donnie.
Ken and Donnie. No, I hope they don't take this case.
Maybe they can take the Otters case.
Yeah.
For her being such a Nancy.
I wanna be on I'm Team Otter on this. My buddy's dog got the eye ripped out by a raccoon. Yeah, he had one of these little rat dogs.
That ain't no bird.
And while I do feel terrible for the dog ran into the bushes after the raccoon. What's the raccoon supposed to do? Where would you like the raccoon to live? It lives outside. It's a raccoon. Where would you like the otter to live other than, I don't know, the water where they live?
I have more animal news for you. We've got a bird killer on the loose. And cougars are well known to stalk college towns, as you know.
All right.
We've got another one.
I keep waiting, and it's not happening for me.
That next, here on In the News on 105.1 The Fan.
This is the Fan's Window into Sports, a view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation, online at windownation.com.
Down a fly ball. This carries back. It keeps carrying back. It is gone! Cal Raleigh with a rainmaker.
Yeah. That's the big dumper.
I think at this point in the season, I think he's only 3 behind Barry Bonds' pace.
Yeah, what was that, 41 last night?
I thought it was
42.
42. Yeah, he's 3 or 4 behind Barry Bonds' pace. Dude, is Cal Raleigh going to break the damn record? And now he's actually got, protection in the lineup.
Window into Sports, brought to you by Window Nation. 50% off all window styles, 0 interest for 2 years. Free estimate, 866-90Nation or windownation.com/Portland Thorns.
Dirt and Sprague. Dirt and Sprague.
It's like I'm playing tambourine but with Oz. Roxette.
I'm having too much fun listening to you sing right on the beat.
That's how I do it.
What?
Roxette.
What?
Rest in peace, by
What?
the way.
What?
Who died?
What?
The gal. I don't know if the guy's still around, but the gal died.
I thought she died a long time ago.
She did. She died a while back, but still rest in peace.
Yeah.
What, you just dismissing the death of
Hey man,
come on, join the joyride?
I don't know her name, but Roxette, there was a moment in time.
Yeah.
They were rad.
Absolutely. Swedish supergroup?
Tubular. This is in the news, August 1, 2025. John Donahoe has a new job. Remember that guy?
John Donahoe. Should I know John Donahoe?
Yes.
It sounds familiar.
Former Nike CEO?
He was the CEO of
yeah,
Nike.
Okay, I did see this.
He is going to be the new AD at Stanford.
Yeah. They haven't had an AD for a while.
Andrew Luck's new boss.
Yeah, Andrew Luck is the GM. The other one got ousted for some reason. I was briefly perusing when I saw that they named him as university president. I don't remember what happened, but the old one got the heave for something.
Well, Donahoe did not fare very well as Nike CEO.
No,
as a
he
matter
did
of fact, some of his strategies were colossal failures.
Yeah.
But
didn't go so well.
Hey, I guess he brings the Phil Knight relationship, like he strengthens the Phil Knight relationship with Stanford. I don't know.
Yeah, the last president had to resign in disgrace. Apparently, there were reports about the integrity of his research and found evidence of manipulated images in several publications.
What?
Yeah,
like what? What was he trying to tell us?
There
that
was just
fake news.
Yeah, there was some sort of.
See, you can't trust anyone but Trump.
Well, please don't
What?
get me started.
There's only one man you can trust.
He was, yeah, because
there's only one man that can save us.
If there's something that he doesn't like, then it's not real.
Jim was to Japan. Here's the story.
Yeah, there was apparently they did a review of a bunch of his research, and it turned out the dude was full of crap.
So John Donahoe, now the AD at Stanford. Corvallis police are warning residents about a cougar sighting on Thursday and urging residents to keep pets and children indoors.
Dude, we got cougars and otters, man.
They're eating the pets.
Stuff's getting wild out there, man.
According to police, the cougar killed a small deer and buried it under a resident's porch.
Whoa.
Police say to avoid feeding any wildlife, including deer, and to keep bird feeders area bird feeder areas clean and feed pets indoors and fence and shelter livestock and chickens.
Well, I am not afraid of an otter attack. A cougar in my neighborhood would certainly get my attention.
Now, okay, so this is in Corvallis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, it says it says where the residence was, where it buried the deer.
Yeah.
So you know kind of generally where it was seen.
Yeah.
But you don't know anything other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you live within a mile of that.
Sure.
2 miles of that.
Yeah.
Are you? Well, what are you doing?
I'm packing heat.
Are you?
Yeah. Although, to be fair, cougars aren't going to attack human beings walking in a neighborhood. But let's say that's more of a rural area.
They might go after your dogs.
They might go after the dog. And a lot of times, if animals are willing to come into residential areas, they're either starving or sick, and they get desperate. So, yeah, I would 100. When I'm walking the dog, I've got a sidearm underneath the hoodie on that one. I wouldn't screw around with that. And again, not worried about it getting me, but I'm not risking my dog. That's my buddy. We're not doing that.
What if
They're
cougar
eating the dogs.
charges you and he's coming right at you? Do you toss the dog at him?
No.
Oh wait, you're taking a bullet for your dog?
This is probably a totally illogical and stupid thing.
That cougar can have Molly.
I think I would fight the cougar. Now, like a bear, like a grizzly bear. I hate to tell Cobb, but buddy, you're taking one for the team and you're going to fight that thing off. I think a cougar. I think me and the big fella, we're going to team up and we're going to try to fight that thing. It would be really hard for me to leave. I love that damn dog. It would be really hard for me to leave him behind and do the sacrifice sort of thing.
An intruder broke
you
into.
You can leave Molly 10 G's?
Oh, that cougar can have Molly.
You've already invested so much. You're pot committed.
Boy, Buck, could you leave Posey behind? You couldn't you?
Well, I mean, the question is, like, you have to think of the scenario or your kids around. Like, I don't know. I think I would try to do something to help her out, but also, like, I probably am not trying to put my life on the line.
See, that's where I'm at. I mean, look, I'm not just going to throw Molly at the cougar.
This is where you use the finger.
I mean, I'd try to help Molly out, but look, Molly's probably dying in that scenario. The only thing better than mauling a small dog is getting fingered while you do it. Oh, my Lord.
Boy, there's a drop for everything, isn't there?
Remember that was the old pit bull in the park?
Yeah, pit bull. Yep.
And in true, would you do that with the cougar?
No, I'm going for the eyes. I'm going for the eyes and trying to get it around the neck.
Going for the brown eye.
Wow.
Jeez, man.
Wow.
And it makes me sad.
I'm just going to bail on this now.
That's probably for the best.
Did you see the big Bird Alliance of Oregon story?
No, what are the damn...
we know the birds.
Yeah, we've talked about the Bird Alliance.
Well, an intruder broke into the Bird Alliance of Oregon's Wildlife Care Center last night.
Oh.
Midnight. There's video of it.
Yeah.
And he let several birds go.
Oh.
And
is this like one of those, like, you know, a bird shouldn't be caged, that sort of thing?
I don't know why he did that. I'm guessing
I'm
maybe...
assuming it's like a PETA, like, free the birds.
But one of the birds is presumed to be dead because they found a pile of its feathers.
Oh, God.
At the base.
So you just release the bird, and then the bird's like, freedom! And then, like, a cat comes along and just mauls it?
Yeah, they found a pile of its feathers at the base of a nearby tree, suggesting a predator might have gotten it. Yeah. Not might have, but a predator got it.
It does happen.
Well, yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
That was one bird. That was an American kestrel.
Well, can you imagine what a dumbass you are? Like, if you're like you're a super animal warrior, and you're like, freedom, and the moment the bird like leaves the coop, something snatches it. You're like, son of a...
There's this popular video that's gone viral on X and other platforms where it's this little kid, and he's had, like, I don't know, I think a butterfly that he has, like, raised from a caterpillar. You know, it's come out of its cocoon, it's spread its wings, and he goes out on his little balcony in his little apartment complex, and he tosses it into the wild, and a bird swoops right by and grabs it and takes it to the pavement and starts eating it, and he's like, we gotta go beat that bird's ass, Dad! We can't let this happen!
Yeah.
I'd feel terrible.
The birds at that Bird Alliance place, though, they're all like injured. Like, a lot of them
they can't really...
Yeah, they can't survive on their own. That's why they're there.
Yeah.
So it's really pretty cruel to release these birds. One of them was the kestrel. One of the kestrels was an orphaned chick. And several others had some trauma due to window collisions because they're dumb.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Well, I don't know what's going on. I told you that I've got like a civil war going on in my backyard between what are the big blue jays? They're star jays?
Yeah, I
Star
don't know.
jays or scrub jays?
Yeah, they're the bigger,
the
bigger blue jays, and they got a little thing on their head, and the crows. And stuff's popping off in the yard right now. I'm telling you, in the morning it's Thunderdome, and I'll tell you, the blue jays, they're getting their asses kicked. I find a dead one of those in my yard like every 4 or 5 days. I've yet to see a dead crow. I think the crows might be murdering these.
Well, crows are super smart.
Yeah.
And they're bigger.
Yeah.
And they work in packs, don't they? Don't they work together?
I think so. But I feel bad because the crows, like the scrub jays or the other one, whatever they're called, they're really pretty. And they're just getting their asses whipped.
You know what you need to do?
Soy boys.
Is get Eiserman's girl over there to talk to him, figure out what's going on.
Something. And then the worst part is I come outside and one of the blue jays will be on the ground all twitching. But if you go to like try to like do something, the crows freak out. And then the crows like start circling in. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to run afoul of the crows. But stuff's popping off in my yard right now. And I feel bad for the Blue Jays. They have no chance. I've yet to see one. I think the score right now is like 3-0 Crows. And it's a landslide.
It's only the third inning. I've seen Vladimir Guerrero hit.
Dude, he had a 114-mile-an-hour home run today. Well, they need Vladdy right now because it's not going well.
That is in the news. Aug 1, 2025. You made it to August. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Kenny Dillingham with a pretty good little idea. And who knew ESPN was getting NFL Red Zone? Coming up on The Fan.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio.
Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the fan in the NFL, another star player requesting a trade. This morning, Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons has just about had it with Jerry Jones' media shenanigans. He has asked for out of Dallas, demanding a trade. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, the D.C. Council has approved a deal between the Commanders and the city to build a stadium back in the district. No indication yet if they'll be forced to take on their old team there. In news that may impact your NFL viewing this season, ESPN and the NFL Network have agreed on a $1 billion blockbuster deal that will move a number of NFL key media properties to ESPN, including, maybe most importantly, the NFL Red Zone. The Mariners get back at it tonight, hosting the Rangers. It's game 2 of a 4-game set. Logan Gilbert on the bump for Seattle. Jack Leiter takes the ball for Texas. First pitch from T-Mobile at 7:10. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. I'm Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Primetime with Isaac and Souk.
What do girls want anyway? Well, apparently not total losers. We're pretty good at basketball. Yeah, as long as we don't have to run or jump or dribble or nothing.
Isaac Robb.
Hey, you guys up for a little game?
Sure.
Well, let's make it interesting. Say $20.
How about 50?
You're on.
Jason Sukanik.
Dude, we don't have $50. We don't have 20.
This is Primetime on the Fan Sports Network.
What the hell's up with that? We win, and they get the chicks. That sucks, dude.
105.1 and 1080.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's jobs. We gotta get jobs. Then we get the khakis. Then we get the chicks.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Friday. Got your sports bros here.
Yeah.
Isaac and Souk. I am the Isaac of the Isaac and Souk. And Big Souk right over there.
Not willing to save his dog from a cougar attack.
Look at him.
Isaac Robb.
There's Ryan Buckley over there. He's
also not willing to save his dog. I'm judging both of you.
He's partying.
And it makes me sad.
I'm willing to save the dog. It's just only to a certain extent.
Yeah, I'm only willing to assume a certain amount of risk,
This
and
guy
that does
says
not
my
include
dog's
death.
a P word. He'd leave me behind to get eaten because he's fast and runs from everything. That would be heartbreaking if your dog abandoned you. Like if you
I think I would want that.
Really?
Well,
you wouldn't want Molly to stay and mix it up with you?
I think it would be noble of Molly, and small dogs do this where they don't, like, she would go after a cougar and
Yeah.
she would meet her untimely death.
Yeah.
But
go down swinging, right?
She would be ballsy. I would rather her save. Like, if you run, look, if I'm getting mauled by a cougar, there's nothing she can do to help. So let's just take her out of the equation. If she runs and saves her own life, I'm okay with that.
Oh no, man! I like that. Like we'll all go down together, sort of thing. You go,
You want
I
the movie
go.
script finish.
But
Right?
that's
Like-
not gonna happen. I mean, like,
why not?
Well, I mean, your dog. The only thing that's gonna happen is she's gonna die.
Well,
so
who knows? Maybe Molly Tengies, while you're busy trying to like deal with the cougar, maybe Molly Tengies gets it in the, maybe she goes around back and is able to go back door, like bite a tail or whatever. You never know what will get an animal to be like, you know what, this isn't worth it right now.
That's true.
It would
That's
break
true.
my heart. It really would. After all I've done, and I love I only have one now, but every dog I've had is a member of my family. And if I was in a fight to the death with another animal and my dog turned and ran, I don't think I could ever get over that. If I went home and somehow I managed, I fight it off or whatever, it leaves me or I somehow I recover and I went home, I think I'd get rid of the dog. I don't think I could ever look at that dog the same way again. Every time I'd come down the stairs, I'd be like, you son of a bitch. Like, really? I think that would be the end of it. I think I'd have to rehome that dog. I expect more.
Wow, you'd get rid of the dog.
I think I would.
Jeez,
yes.
man. Well, anyway.
Which is worse, me and Rob not dying for our dog, or you sending the dog away if he leaves you?
I would. I'd ship that thing out. It would be like, you know what, buddy? Yeah, we're going to a farm somewhere. Let's go.
And then you have to explain that to the new owner.
Yeah. You dog. Hey, it's a great dog. Everything about him's awesome, but he's a giant coward, and we're not doing this. There's just. How do you ever look at your dog again?
This son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Well, guys, we've got Joey Harrington coming up in about 15 minutes. Apparently, he is bringing
He has something special for us.
Yeah.
He has something he's bringing to the table
He's
today.
been working on something.
Yep.
A comeback in the NFL.
So
you freaking bitch.
That is my favorite Joey story of all time.
It's great.
So that'll be at 5:30. But up next, we've got Kenny Dillingham with a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
And
He's calling out his team too, by the way.
Is
You
he?
see that? Yeah. He called his team mid. I think he said something along the lines of that's a very mid practice for a very mid team.
That's
Cam Ward did that. That's the phrase du jour. He said the Titans are very mid.
Yeah, he
right
said
now.
their offense is mid.
Isn't that like a Mike Leach type
yeah,
of move?
yeah.
Some coaches are known for that.
Yeah, we love
my,
crapping
my,
all
my.
over the team and telling them how bad they suck.
That's
and then,
50% stupid.
And then you can be the world's biggest ass to him and be like, see, I motivated you by being a D-bag.
Also, ESPN is getting the red zone.
Oh, God, this is going to be a disaster. I'll tell you that right now.
We'll get to those items when we return here on 105.1 The Fan.
He's back. Damian Lillard is returning to Rip City.
Batum throws to Lillard. A three for the game.
A long road to recovery from injury still looms.
Joey Harrington next. But first, a couple of sports items. Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State has said something that I agree with.
It's a first.
Oh, not really. I kind of like him. He's a little...
I think Dillingham would be too much for you.
Yeah, I think he would.
I think that's right.
I think that's right, yeah.
He would. Yeah. There's no question.
A lot of energy on that.
A lot of tea going on in Kenny Dillingham.
But I like his energy, from afar.
Sure.
And if I'm an Arizona State fan, I like what he's bringing to the table.
Absolutely.
Arizona State, they tried so hard for so many years to get the right guy, and they could just never really find the right guy.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you just needed someone like Dillingham. I don't know if they actually thought it out or they just got lucky, but you needed someone younger with energy that could make it cool.
Yeah.
At Arizona State, because it's just not cool
it was coming
to go to games there.
And it was coming off Herm Edwards, and so they needed a whole program reset. Dillingham is an alum. Big year with Oregon, and again, he has the young energy, and you're right. I think, and Deion Sanders at Colorado, I think there is an element to, if you're looking for a program builder, I know that's a weird statement, but you're right. You have to find someone that can make your program cool.
Dan Lanning's done that.
Absolutely.
And Oregon was already cool.
Yes.
But he's made it way cooler.
Yes.
And Dillingham said recently they're building a new indoor facility there.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to use it for tailgating. And he says he wants the school to create the 16th hole of the Waste Management Open in Phoenix. That vibe he wants to create for their tailgate. And I'm like, dude, brilliant.
Why not?
There's nothing but bros down there.
100%.
Lean into the party.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, that 16th hole is that par 3 in Phoenix at the Waste Management, where they just go absolutely crazy. They're screaming and yelling, getting drunk all day. Why not do that at Arizona State? Like,
I would say
it's amazing.
You have to be careful about being like, hey, we're all going to get as drunk as humanly possible and then go into a stadium as underage kids. But there's an element to what you're saying. Like when Miami was cooking, every time Miami has been successful, they have leaned into being Miami. They have leaned into being the U. And that's trash talk, penalties. We're cooler than you. We're the bad boys. And you don't really have that on the West Coast. And so maybe Dillingham does. Everyone always said Arizona State was a sleeping giant. And I asked why? Because the weather's good and they have hot girls and people like to party there. And no one's been able to tap that. Maybe Dillingham, as he certainly is bro-y enough to do it. He's jumping around after the game with fans and hugging. Maybe they become that University of Miami team with a real edge of, we don't care if you hate us or not. We're going to do things differently down here. And you've got the right guy. Dillingham could be that guy.
And it doesn't have to be that rowdy. It just, and you're checking IDs. Like, you're doing everything above board. It's just that, come on, create a fun... Dude, we were just talking about this with Petco Park.
Yeah.
What San Diego has done with Petco Park and what the Padres have done with Petco Park is really amazing. Over time, even though that's always been in a great setting, that ballpark has evolved to absolutely can't miss status. Like, it is one of the best baseball experiences going in Major League Baseball, if not the best.
Mm-hmm.
And they built that. That's what Kenny Dillingham is trying to do, right? You have the bones, you have the infrastructure, you got all the hots, you got the weather, right? You're building this big, nice new facility. Lean into, like, making it fun for people to come to.
Yeah.
It's not freaking rocket science.
No, and it is amazing.
And then maybe put like a golf hole in there.
I think some schools are afraid to embrace.
Well, they're too stuffy.
They're too stuffy. Yes, I think they're afraid to embrace.
But ASU doesn't have to be that way, and they know that. Be yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's what you're known for. Although, under past regimes, they've always done look at our academics. And, dude, no one cares about your academics when it comes to football. Look at Alabama, right? Build a winner and kids will come regardless of academics. So, great. You got a good school. People don't think of you that way. Whatever. Put a winning product on the field and people will show up. And, be the party school out west. Be Miami. Be the Miami of the desert.
Just at least make it fun, and so that it's not about... This is what I was saying about the Padres. Like, I feel like that stadium is full every night, and half the people in there, and they're behind the Padres. They want the Padres to win.
Yeah.
But the Padres aren't that good.
Yeah.
Half the people in there don't care if they win or lose. They want a good time. They want an experience.
Yeah.
Same thing here. Your students don't care about Arizona State football.
No.
So don't make it about that.
Give them an experience.
Make it
and then-
about a wild, fun time that's cool and everybody wants to go to it.
And then when you start winning, they'll embrace it even
Bingo.
more. And you already won. I mean, last year you made
That's
the college football playoff.
Yeah, capitalize on that momentum.
Capitalize on it.
Also, per Andrew Marchand, ESPN is expected to have access to NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, 7 more regular season NFL games, the NFL's fantasy football business, with potential to integrate special features and potentially more assets in a new $1 billion deal with the NFL.
Yep. So
did you see this coming?
I did not. But that's a huge deal for ESPN. And all I want is, please don't screw this up, ESPN. Like, if you get Red Zone and you just bring over Scott Hansen, fine. But my fear is that you're going to take, can we admit that the Red Zone is probably the best thing that is happening in NFL viewing?
Yep.
I have to admit something. I don't really watch the Red Zone.
Really?
No, I do my own Red Zone.
Oh, no.
Because it depends on my bets.
Okay. Well, Buck, can you back me? Like,
yes, 100%.
The Red Zone is perfect.
It is perfect. It is the best way to get the best parts of all the NFL games.
If you don't have a specific gambling angle or you're not watching a specific game, I think more and more the average fan is watching Red Zone.
Even if you do have a gambling angle, they'll tell you when there's a turnover, a score, whatever. I mean, I think it does the best job of keeping you up to date on the most important parts of every game going.
And they do such a nice job with it. And my fear is that they are going to have Red Zone starring Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith. And that's my only thing. Just, all right, you got more games. There's really good professionals out there that are already doing this that everyone loves. Please don't try to ESPN it up.
Do they have time to do that? Those two guys are on everything else. Like, well, McAfee's doing Saturday college football.
If it's getting eyeballs, they will probably put him out there.
And that's so. I love the Red Zone, and as long as the Red Zone just moves over, cool. But if they move it over and then we're like, we have to put it's like the TNT thing, right? Does anyone think that ESPN isn't going to find a way to muck? Even Charles Barkley thinks they're going to muck it up. Is they don't know how to any other way. I just think ESPN, they've lost their way. And sometimes you don't need to put your own stamp. You paid $1 billion for something that everyone loves. Just let everyone love it. You don't need to change it.
They're saying an official announcement is expected next week. The deal will require regulatory approval, which could take up to a year. Should the agreement be in order and ready to be enacted by the start of the 2026 NFL season, it would be a fitting start to a season that will end with ESPN hosting its first ever Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, ESPN's got the Super Bowl in 2027 and 2030.
So what's another $1 billion, right?
Which means it's going to suck.
It's just disappointing that ESPN has gone down this road. Because they used to be so good, and they've just leaned into it. Really have leaned into 3 or 4 people, and unfortunately, I can't believe those 3 or 4. Those are the 3 or 4 people that are the most popular. How is Stephen A. Smith?
They just seem kind of rudderless over there.
Yeah, I'm not about it. Give me some Van Pelt and more Van Pelt, less Stephen A., less McAfee. And I like McAfee; he's fine. But we don't need him on every single thing, Major League Baseball, that ESPN rolls out there.
Here's one other thing, too. Never let them tell you they're broke. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
You spent
$1 billion.
They cry poor and poor. Oh, we can't pay this guy. We got to cut here. We're going to cut 60 people there. We're going to... Dude, they just paid over $1 billion for this.
Yeah.
There's money.
Yes.
They just have to see the value.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we're ready for Joey.
And big news.
He has something. I don't know if it's news. But he has something for the collective us.
A debut, if you will.
He has something for us and for the listeners.
What? Coming up next. Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan in the NFL, another star requests a trade. This morning, Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons has had enough of the Jerry Jones media shenanigans. and he wants out of Dallas. Meanwhile, in our nation's capital, the D.C. Council has approved the deal between the Commanders and the city to build a stadium back in the district. In news that may impact your NFL viewing, ESPN and the NFL Network have agreed on a $1 billion deal that will move a number of key NFL media properties to ESPN, including Red Zone, and the Mariners back at it tonight, hosting the Rangers. Game 2 of a 4-game set. First pitch is at 7:10. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after Isaac and Souk on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. It's time for Who's Leading the Charge, a look under the hood at the coaches, players, and teams getting it done. Brought to you by Battery Exchange.
Line drive base hit left field. Quan Upwood. He's throwing home. Here comes Lee. And he is out at the plate. Stephen Quan with a one-hop throw to Bo Naylor, who had to go behind the dish. Take the hop.
Yeah, apparently, I haven't seen it yet, but apparently I've been told to look that throw up. It was awesome.
It was really good. Stephen Quan, who's left-handed, was going towards the left field line, and so his body was kind of carrying him away from the play, and he threw an absolute strike to home plate. Really impressive.
Who's Leading the Charge? Brought to you by Battery Exchange. Reliable, affordable batteries for cars, boats, RVs, golf carts, and more. Online at batteryexchange.com, powered by Continental Battery Systems. Mention code BXT10 for 10% off.
One of the best things about living in the Northwest is enjoying time outdoors. And having your own quality outdoor living space makes it possible year-round. Whether you're adding a deck, redoing your outdoor space, or creating a stunning outdoor kitchen and entertainment area, call PCF Group or People Come First Construction Group today. PCF handles everything from design to completion, crafting dream decks of all shapes and sizes throughout the Northwest. Plus, PCF recently won the National Association of Home Builders Award for their expertise in outdoor living spaces. If you're looking for a complete outdoor living space or a particular project, like an underdeck ceiling, deck, patio cover, railings, PCF has you covered. This summer, enjoy 12 months of no interest and no payments, plus 50% off a design and architectural drawing package, or up to $5,000 off an undercover system. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at PCFgroup.com or call today, 971-318-5641. That's 971-318-5641.
Hot damn! Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea, goes down smooth, and an 8% kick of alcohol. Dial up the fun with Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any paraben.
Problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Waking up on Monday and the coffee just can't quite wash away last night's 6-pack of hams. But Tuesday brings the promise of making things all right. But but you still drive to work in your family's minivan. The doctor calls on Wednesday, right before your flight, to talk about your colorectal exam. You're back to work on Thursday and your boss is all uptight, cause you didn't push your best-selling brand. But now it's the Friday drive and it's story time. Yes, it's story time. The one time a week when you can truly plan to kick back and listen to story time. Yes, it's story time. We're pushing it out on every airwave we can. We're on both 105.1 and 1080 The Fan.
All right.
Bravo. Global Sports Radio Network.
Dude. How great is that?
Dude, that is a quintessential 80s TV theme song right there.
And that's exactly what he said.
Yes.
He wanted, so this was last week on our show with Joey, and Buck's trying to get him on the horn right now, but he said, not a jingle.
No.
He wanted an old school
theme song.
Since we changed to FM,
Yeah.
he's like, we can no longer do his
Story
that little
time with Joey on 1080.
we got to change it up.
Yeah.
So he wrote that. That's him on piano, and I wonder who was playing the drums there. Maybe his kid or something.
That's maybe just a little drum machine. You know, like on a keyboard or whatever, you can put a backbeat to it.
He recorded that, and that's the first I've heard.
That's
heard
fantastic.
It. Very good.
It had, I think there was a Cheers element to that. Like that's, I think that was the base of it.
Now wait, can we play that again?
Do we have him, or are we still?
No, we don't have him. We're having issues with our phones, which is wonderful. But I have that again. Hold on.
Okay,
one second.
let's
one more time. I thoroughly.
I wasn't
enjoyed this.
I wasn't even prepared.
No,
for that.
And that was a whole thing.
On
the fan. We're doing great, guys.
Waking up on Monday and the coffee just can't quite wash away last night's 6-pack of hams.
That's an homage to
But
you.
Tuesday brings the promise of making things all right, but you still drive to work in your family's minivan. The doctor calls on Wednesday, right before your flight, to talk about your colorectal exam. You're back to work on Thursday and your boss is all uptight, cause you didn't push your best-selling brand. But now it's the Friday drive and it's story time. Yes, it's story time.
You got me?
The one time a week when you can truly plan to kick back and listen to story time. Yes, it's story time. We're pushing it out on every airwave we can. We're on both 105.1 and 1080 The Fan. Part of the Fan's Global Sports Radio Network.
How about that?
I love that.
And here is
the
the
author.
artist himself,
Yes.
Joey Harrington. Wow, that's great.
Of all the times for my phone not to work.
I know.
I was literally like, Buck and I were like, so did it just go? Like, what happened?
Well, we played it twice.
Yeah, we played it twice. And dude, sir, bravo. You said you were going to cook up something, and brother, you delivered.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
Now, tell us the story behind that.
The story. Well, so I got off the phone last week, and I was like, well, I was thinking, okay, I could kind of work this along. And you said, no, you have to be Friday. So I was like, okay, great. So let's get to work. I had the music written probably this was last Friday, probably like Saturday at noon. And it was originally not Facts of Life, Family Ties.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a slower bossa nova, like, it had a nice little, little syncopation to it. I was like, okay, that's the direction we're going to go. And then I was listening to Family Matters and trying to work some. I was like, maybe I could get some Hammond B3 organ in there, and then Boston. And then I tried to sing it over the top. I was like, man, I'm a horrible singer. And so that was way too slow, and it would have had like all of these like holding out kind of notes. And so then it just kind of shifted and evolved, and it kind of took more of like a Cheers-ish kind of, I don't know, like how it kind of happened, but it was a journey.
That's what when I heard it, my first thought was, I thought that had the bones of Cheers, which, by the way, is my favorite sitcom from my childhood, which it hit me where I needed it to be.
Well, and the piano.
Yes.
Yeah, that helped.
Yeah.
Now, did you have, who was on drums there, or was that a machine? What was that?
So I was actually sitting out at Tualatin Hills Parks and Rec out at the field out there during Jack's soccer tournament last weekend, and I kind of like. So that's the other thing is like, I can't just sit down on a piano and like play it. It's like I had to make it right, and so it's trying to figure out the GarageBand app. So I was like, well, actually figured out how to play the drums on the app, and so I was like sitting there on my phone like ding 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 ding, ding. I was like working on the cymbal. Okay, then, but the problem was every time I recorded another track onto it, like the drums like became kind of echoed out, and so it was a journey. It was a journey, but I did do all of the pieces. I did call. I called a couple friends. I was like, hey, do you know anybody like recording? Who has like studio stuff, and it just ended up being too tough. So I just tried to figure it out on my own.
Well, we have a studio down here.
Yeah, and we, it's somewhat professional.
Why didn't you call us? You could have come down.
Because you don't play the drums or the bass.
Yeah,
it's the musicians that I needed.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. You wanted to go lay it down like with.
Yeah,
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, exactly. Go to like the Beat Laboratory and have someone actually play the drums.
Okay.
Well, I could play like a mean tambourine for you. That's about the most I can do.
Well, you are quite a composer. That is amazing.
I love it,
and I love it too. And I think a Grammy is in your future for that.
Well, thank you. I tried to, how a lot of like 80s sitcom theme songs have like a not a theme, but like they have like a, this was like, hey, it's Friday, it's the Friday drive time. The rest of the week sucks.
Yes.
Like, hey, but now
it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, exactly. Like there's always kind of that it's gonna be okay feeling to the 80s theme songs.
Absolutely.
That's go to a place where everybody knows your name. Yeah. Like it's
uplifting.
It makes you feel
in
good.
the end, it's uplifting after your colorectal exam.
Well, I enjoyed that you threw in a sixer of hams. That was near and dear to my heart.
Well, I was trying to, because again, like everything was off of ing and like fans, and so everything had to be like an am or an and then an ing, and so I was like, okay, well, let's see, kind of had to work those in two together. I was like, waking up in the morning after what? After like too much bourbon? Was like a Chardonnay? No, it's a 6-pack of hams. There you go.
Well, and so the bar that I drink at, shockingly enough, they have like 3 beers on tap, and one of those is ham. So that's. Whenever I go to my local drinking establishment, I get a pitcher of hams.
All right. Well, let's get on track here. We were a little behind because we had some phone issues, but
we had to play the song twice, of course.
Well, yeah, I needed to hear all the intricacy, the lyrics, and I wasn't even prepared.
No one was.
Buck hit us with it, and I was like, oh my god. So we heard it twice, but now that we've got that played, and we'll hear that'll be your open every week now. Thank God we don't have to do one because it would be way worse than that.
Yes.
There is a list that you are on. Mm-hmm. It is the top 25 Ducks of the last 25 years.
It's a definitive list. Apparently, we can't argue with it.
And I am curious who your list would include.
Who does this list come from?
Well, I'll tell you when we come back.
We'll talk about it.
And I am also very curious as to your thoughts on where you fall on the list, because I thought, quite frankly, you were a little low.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's 2 in the top 10 that
You got some issue with?
I got some issues. I got issues.
All right, so we'll get to that next with our friend Joey Harrington, former Ducks quarterback, former Lions quarterback, here on 105.1 The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
Allen throws, underthrown, undercut, intercepted, back the other way, Nico Reed, who continues his good summer. Reed inside the 10 to the 5.
Nico Reed. Yeah. 1 game, and the Ducks are dominating the NFL. He had a pick last night.
You know who wasn't throwing picks? Trey Lance. Tell you that right now.
Hey, he looked pretty good, dude.
Yeah. So did Nico. Although it was against, what is it, Brian Allen?
Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen? One of the Allens? Man.
Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
If you're considering new construction and want it done right and fast by a team that's focused on innovation, collaboration, and creativity, you want Mods PDX. At Mods PDX, we craft beautiful, sustainable, energy-efficient buildings of the highest quality. Our modular approach means your project can be completed faster than traditional construction, and our team of uniquely qualified architectural and trade professionals have the expertise and experience to make your vision a reality. Visit us today at modspdx.com.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. Does college football need preseason polls? Do you need the little number next to the team names?
No, I don't need to know where they're ranked. It would be very weird if we didn't have it. Like Texas and Ohio State playing in the opening week of the season without a number next to their name would take a while to get used to.
Does the sport need it?
I think if you're a fan of the sport, you know the big matchups, the big games, the primetime games. Like we're not dumb.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy.
I've got two other guys. So the last question I wanted to ask you was like maybe a more influential Duck that doesn't get a lot of hype. Two guys that are on this list, but I think a little too low. One is Patrick Chung, who is number 20. I feel like he's higher. He should be higher. And two is Troy Dye. I thought Troy Dye's career at Oregon was quite memorable. I thought he was, I don't know, maybe it was just his personality, but he's number 22 on the list, and I felt like maybe he should be a little bit higher. Do you have a guy that maybe is more of an unsung Duck of the last 25 years?
Unsung Duck of the last 25 years.
And we'll see if he's on the list.
I've always loved Devin Allen, but I don't think he's going to make that. I don't think he's going to make in the 25.
He is not on the list.
One for me that it's kind of my unsung, and I only saw the top 10. I don't think Nick Reed gets enough credit. Nick was a 4-year player, but two of those, and he just, I don't know. Again, maybe one of those guys that now Oregon gets all the 5-star kids. Nick was a guy that was kind of one of those bridge guys between old Oregon and new Oregon. But dude, Nick Reed is last 2 years.
He's number 17.
He's number 17.
Yeah.
Dude, Nick Reed was a beast at Oregon.
Was Keenan on the list?
No, Keenan. You've got,
because if we're going to talk about, I mean, the guy was a starter from day one. He was, I mean, talk about momentous plays in program history. That kick return against Oregon State was
exactly
multiple all-conference. Man, like I
That's
don't
a good
know.
one. He's
Again,
not on there.
He wasn't flashy, but I would put him up against just about, with the exception of maybe, but even like Dylan, like. With the exception of a guy like Demetrius Williams, because he was so big and explosive, I'd put Keenan up there with just about any wide receiver in the last couple decades.
Sammy Parker, speaking of wide receivers, he made the list at 21. Tez Johnson is on here at 23. Troy Frank.
There's the interesting thing is Keenan played ahead of Sammy for 2 years.
Yeah. I think you're right about Keenan. I had forgotten about him, but other receivers on here, Troy Franklin is 18, and they have Jeff Mayle at 15.
Oh yeah, I forget about Jeff. But
come on,
is Josh Huff on the list?
Huff,
the Huffer.
He was good. No, he's not. T.J. Ward. I mean, come on, he was awesome.
Yeah,
he's
absolutely.
24th. So yeah, creates fodder.
Yeah,
maybe it just speaks to how great the program has been, how many great players have come out of the program in the last 25 years.
It does. It's that's a tough ranking right there.
That is. I mean, just to say. I mean, you look at take NFL careers aside, and there's been some really good ones. Yeah, I mean that's it's a pretty good list. I would say maybe receiver maybe the thinnest, but I mean there's.
Kayvon Thibodeau?
Yeah, Thibodeau. I mean, there's some beef in up there too. And I'm guessing that if you took 26 through 35, you could easily make the case that all of those guys belong in the top 25 as well.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, like Max Unger. Unger was real. And again, here I go back to my O-line.
Well, I was gonna say kind of a lack of lineman on this.
Yeah, and you're gonna get me started there on some rub. They've had some really good linemen that have rolled through there.
Is Hronis on the list?
No.
Yeah, no Grossu, no Max Unger. I mean, those guys are both, again, all Americans. I just don't.
You need a sternly worded text to Zach.
No, I think, unfortunately, when you're talking about greatest, then we just automatically go down to yards or sacks or whatever. But, how can you have all these great backs and all these great quarterbacks, and we have one guy blocking for him? So in all those years, you've had one all-time lineman at Oregon, and by the way, you have 12th? What was
Joey?
No, where was Penei Sewell?
Sewell, he was 12th. Yeah.
Yeah. So the best lineman to ever come out of your school is 12. You want to talk about a little O-line, anti-O-line bias? Now you've got to be in my bond. I'm sticking up for my boys.
I think it's fair. All right, man. Have
Yeah,
a great
I would agree
weekend.
with that.
Great new theme song. And we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to see or hear the start.
Well, we podcast the show.
Yeah, you can
go listen
And
to
we
it.
did
if you'd
play.
like.
I mean, we played it twice. We could play it
No,
on the
but I
way
mean,
out.
like to be there with you. To be there with you.
yeah, I
like
know.
the point was to experience it with you.
It was going to be a moment.
Yeah.
Well, let's play it on the
Yeah.
way out.
Yeah,
you want
we-
to play it again, Buck? Let's fire it off. Maybe
No,
somebody.
it's okay.
No, I think we're going to do it. Yeah, here we go. Have a good one. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, love you too.
Wash away last night's 6-pack of hams. But Tuesday brings the promise of making things all right. But you still drive to work in your family's minivan.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy
him attempt to act, it's brutal. But no one cares. Sydney Sweeney and Jason Momoa are the same person. They're just flipped genders.
So
Same thing.
when we get back, I'll tell you what's going on with our girl.
I know. We have a lot of dumb, made-up controversies in this country to get us to hate each other. This is right up near the top.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. You're talking about the jeans thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever. I just want to tell you a little bit about what she says about her success.
Okay.
Because I read an article on her today, and I thought it was pretty interesting.
Oh, was she okay? I'm intrigued.
Was she what?
Was she like
hot? Yes.
Well, was she honest about
yes.
her? Okay.
100%.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it is refreshingly honest.
I don't remember what her name is, but Ron Howard's daughter is a thing now, and she was in Ron Howard's daughter is Bryce Dallas Howard, and then I think he has another daughter that was in Stranger Things as well, and both of them were like,
oh yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah,
she was. What was she in?
She's been in a ton of stuff. She's just like
familiar, but
you
I
get
can't.
her confused with Jessica Chastain because they're the same person. But I think both of his daughters, they were like, when they were doing the whole, what's the God? I can't think of the term for it. When your dad gets you a job, nepotism,
Nepo babies.
Yeah, and both of them were like, yeah, 100%. Like I would like, and they're like, I like to think that like I've earned my keep here, but yeah, like we know why we got these jobs. We know like you think that Tom Hanks's kid did that too, Colin. He was like, yeah, he's like I work hard, but he goes, I'm not dumb. I understand why I got my foot in the door. There's nothing more insulting than when the celebrity kid is like, my dad, being the producer and star of this movie, had nothing to do with me getting this job. In fact, I told him I didn't want the job just because I'm your son. Just admit it. There's nothing wrong with being like, hey, I'm super hot, and I lean into it.
All right, so we'll have Sydney Sweeney talk next on The Fan.
See
not really my type. I'd say that the buxom blonde is usually not what I would say is my favorite. But come on.
She's everybody's type.
She's everyone's type. There's nothing worse than that guy that's like, Julie Roberts is pretty, but doesn't really do anything for. Oh, stop it. Like Sydney Sweeney, like I tend to that just isn't what I traditionally would say is my favorite. But dude, there's no one objectively that would look at her and be like, meh. Meh.
So she's doing that American Eagle ad campaign, and of course, that has sparked controversy.
Yeah, because apparently now we're all neo-Nazis if you like American Eagle jeans and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that
it's like a eugenics thing.
It's
so
I don't really even know what they're complaining about. I think just that they're promoting
good.
You're born white and hot,
yes,
you're like
they're saying I have good. I like good genes and I have good genes, and people are like, well, you're blonde with blue eyes, therefore you're saying that's good genes,
right?
Oh my God, that's so dumb. So if they did that with an Asian person, or they did it with a black gal, and they were like, I have good genes, would we be like, this is ridiculous? She's blonde and blue-eyed with big up tops. Is she supposed to say that those are terrible genes? And it's an ad for jeans.
I was going to say, well, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's the play on the word.
Yeah, it's a cheeky,
jeans.
like, wink, wink.
American Eagle's stock is up over 10% since that ad campaign came out.
When's the last time you thought about American Eagle? And now it's like, well, this should take a second look.
Well, she's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that I find this interesting, this element of Hollywood where actors and actresses are doing more endorsements now than ever before.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing, like for one that comes to mind is Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Like that guy's doing every
his
product under the sun.
My eyes are very important to
I mean,
me.
he's on everything.
Yeah.
And I've heard him talk about why he did that. He's like, dude, this is where it's at now.
Yeah.
You want to reinvent. A lot of these agents and publicists and business managers are taking these sort of personalities who maybe aren't,
doing much right now.
They're not doing right.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Or they're older. Exactly. Coolidge is a great one. And they're putting them in these ad campaigns, and they're absolutely blowing up and reinventing their careers. So Sydney Sweeney is an ambassador for 6 labels. And she is kicking ass for each and every one of them.
That soap she did sold out in like 8 seconds.
Well, she sold her. It was soap made with her bathwater.
Yes.
And she leaned right into it. She's like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but guys are gonna pay for it. I'll do it. Whatever. It's
Dr.
cool.
Squatch.
So she does Bay, which is an antioxidant infused wonder water.
Of course.
She does Armani Beauty. She does something called Miu Miu, which is bags and shoes, or I don't know.
Sure.
She does Hey Dude loafers. She does
Hey Dude
loafers? Yeah, she's in their ads. She does a Korean skincare brand called Laneige.
Okay.
And she does a hair care brand called Kerastase or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
None of those brands. Yeah, but she does them all.
And is rocking.
And she said, yes, she's kicking ass for all of them. And they asked her about it in this article that was published about her. And she said she has to take those gigs because, and I'll just read you her quote. She said, quote, if I just acted, I would not be able to afford my life in LA. She goes, I take these deals because I have to. Yeah. They don't pay actors like they used to. And with streamers, you no longer get residuals. So in the story, it says that the median, actor wage in the United States, you know what it is?
I'm guessing it's very, very thin.
$20.50 an hour.
Yeah. And that's a little disingenuous because obviously she's in bigger things, but
100%.
I think people think when you're in Euphoria that you're making millions of dollars.
You're not.
It's an ensemble cast. I'll bet you she made, especially early on when she was a no one, dude, I bet she was making $20,000 an episode on Euphoria. And like to her point, that's obviously a ton of money, but it's not millions, and you're not doing 50 episodes.
Well, she's only done a couple of things. And like I said, she's not that great of an actress. It's not like she's in super high demand for her actress, for her skills. She says that after paying her lawyer, her agents, her publicist, and her business manager, it's more than her mortgage.
Yeah.
Like she cannot, she's I think she's being refreshingly honest here.
Yes.
And saying, look, I can't afford it in L.A., but I got these nice bumpers on my chest, and
I can make money.
She's pretty relatable. Like a lot of, she's kind of like a chameleon. Like if you want her sexy in an ad, of course she can be sexy, but she can also be a little bit down to earth or be funny about, like, hey, dude, loafers. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know, that's a bit.
So she's pretty relatable, and she's just like, they said that she's got a great attitude about it. She really vets all these brands. Like, she doesn't just take anything, but she does look into them and be like, okay, well, let's work together. She has ideas, and she's making a freaking career off of just being hot on these ads.
So I looked it up. So Euphoria was obviously her breakout vehicle. She made $25,000 per episode, 13 episodes, $325,000. And then again, she lives in California, so that's not $350, that's half of that. And then you mentioned she has to pay her agent, manager, publicist, lawyer. I mean, no one should be like, oh my God, you only made $325,000. But you can see in LA and in Hollywood, yeah, dude, that's not Tom Cruise. You're not making $60 million there. Dude, if Dr. Squatch came to me, I'll bet you she makes 50 times doing the ads than what she does actually being an actress.
Now,
and you can fault that.
Let's not feel too bad. She just bought a $13.5 million oceanfront mansion in Florida.
And I'm guessing she did that with money that she made from.
I think that's right.
These she didn't make it from Euphoria.
It's a nice house.
I bet. What movie has she been in?
She was in this really, really bad like rom-com flick. I can't remember the name of it.
Wasn't she recently in a bad horror movie as well? I think she was in a bad, like, We're Stuck in the Woods type movie.
Anyone But You.
Okay.
Isn't that what it was called?
Anyone But You.
Yeah.
So that's her highest.
Terrible movie.
So that's her highest payday so far.
And I mean terrible.
She made $2 million.
Off of that flick?
Off of that flick.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's good. But again, she is buying a $13 million house not off Anyone But You in Euphoria. She's buying the $13 million house off of
her bathwater.
Her bathwater and American Eagle jeans. And how could anyone falter for that? Look, we all work with what we got.
Pisses people off. Other people wish they could make money for being hot. It's jealousy.
Yes.
Or envy.
Yes. And that's what it is. It's like, we don't think you have a lot of talent and all you are is hot. And I give you Jason Momoa. I give you Charlie Hunnam. I give you Henry Cavill.
Yeah. She's moving product, man.
Yeah. You think Henry Cavill got Superman due to his great acting chops, or the fact that the dude's got a jaw carved out of granite? I don't know. We just find jealousy is, boy, it is still to this day the main driver when it comes to backlash.
Yeah, people.
Yeah,
it's
not that you have it so bad; it's that someone else has it better.
All right, have you combed the desert? I have Spaceball news.
I ain't found.
Big Spaceball news coming up next, but first let's go to Buck with Sports Center.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, Micah Parsons wants a trade out of Dallas. He's tired of Jerry Jones' shenanigans and has asked for out. Meanwhile, the Washington Commanders and the District of Columbia have approved a deal between the team and the city to build a stadium back in the district. In news that it may impact your NFL viewing, ESPN and the NFL Network have agreed on a $1 billion deal that will move a number of key NFL media properties to ESPN. This includes the NFL Red Zone, and the Mariners get back in action tonight. They're hosting the Rangers, game 2 of a 4-game set. First pitch at 7:10. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of Primetime with Isaac and Sue. Weekdays 3 to 7. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Have a savings heyday on apparel for the whole family right now at Coastal.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, with just what the country needs.
Shop now at Coastal to enjoy the best summer at the best value. Today through August 8th, visit in-store or online for incredible deals, including apparel from Ariat. Like buy one, get one half off select men's and women's Ariat jeans. And 20% off Ariat woven Western shirts for men and women. Plus, it's that time of year again for back-to-school wardrobes. Coastal will help you save with 20% off all Wrangler apparel for kids. Collect savings for your next trip to Coastal, too, with a free $20 gift card when you buy $100 of Carhartt apparel for the family.
Coastal Farm and Ranch, with just what the country needs.
These fresh cut deals are for a limited time only through August 8th at Coastal.
If you're considering new construction and want it done right and fast by a team that's focused on innovation, collaboration, and creativity, you want Mods PDX. At Mods PDX,
It really is.
Oh no, oh no.
I was not a good baseball player. I didn't play past junior high. So I could be talking straight out of my arse.
Could be.
But I will never understand the switch hitter in baseball. So Ronnie Mercio is a guy that the Mets called up, and he's an infielder. He can play a lot of different positions.
Yeah, he sucks.
According to Isaac Robb, everyone sucks. But he's a switch hitter. So when he's batting left-handed, he hits 256, which is fine, right? Young guy, 256.
Oh, dear.
But he's a switch hitter. And so when he bats right-handed, he is hitting 111. 111! So, why? Why does you're telling me that against left-handed pitching,
I've
switches
never
over.
understood this. I played baseball. I don't understand this.
If he just stayed hitting left-handed, you're telling me he's hitting worse than 111?
JT Snow was a switch hitter for the Giants for a long time. He was so bad right-handed, they finally were like, dude, give it up. You have to stop.
Dude, every time he goes and he's a left-handed pitcher and he goes to the right side.
It's not an advantage you being switch. It isn't.
He looks like a baby giraffe because he's this big, tall, lanky guy. He's like a poor man's De La Cruz. And it drives me crazy. How can you be worse than 111? And maybe there's
well, you could hit 104.
So maybe there's a baseball guy out there that just thinks this is the dumbest take ever. And I'm open to the idea that I'm a moron, but
well, it might be that he really doesn't see lefties from the left side at all. Like he can't.
Is it so? It's that bad?
It must be. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it, right?
Is it? Like I don't
know.
It's got like a bad eye. I don't get it. And so it's I'm glad at least Buck.
No, I don't know.
Buck's with me on the JT Snow
When the
thing.
splits get too severe like that, you should stop. Or your manager should stop putting you in until you can figure out that average on that side. Because the whole point is that you're supposed to gain an advantage to matching what the pitcher has on the other side. And if it doesn't have create an advantage, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, well, he's a lefty and you're a lefty, so I'm going to go to the right to get an advantage. You're hitting 111.
No advantage.
It feels like you're out thinking the room here, buddy. You clearly swing the bat better from one side than the other. Stay over there.
Well, we've got a Spaceballs sequel coming.
It's my random rant.
And they're bringing everyone back.
Well, everyone except the people that are dead.
Well, Mel Brooks is still holding on.
I know.
He is going to play Yogurt.
It worries me, though, that, because he's 90.
He's 99.
Dude. And they haven't started filming yet. I'm kind of terrified that they're going to start filming this thing and then Yogurt's going to become expired.
Rick Moranis is in it.
I know.
Dark helmet.
Well, and he retired, and he's coming back for this.
Yeah, everybody's shocked he's doing it.
Yeah. Well, you can't
He loves Mel.
I'll tell you what. If you're making Spaceballs and Rick Moranis says no, then you're not making Spaceballs. You can't have Spaceballs without Dark Helmet. You can't.
Bill Pullman is back as Lone Star. And believe it or not, also back is the bit part guy who was combing the desert and uttered the famous line, "We ain't found S."
One of the best lines in comedy history.
So if you don't know Spaceballs, it's an absolute banger.
Yeah, it's an all-timer.
Spaceballs. We had so much fun watching Spaceballs as kids.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. Laughing hysterically, but Dark Helmet is asking his troopers to comb the desert for the missing fellows.
Yeah.
And they actually pull out a comb and rake it through the sand. And he goes, "Man, we ain't found."
Well, the best is, so they're asking a bunch of white guys who are combing the desert and they're using big giant combs. And then they ask two black guys and they're using a hair pick.
Yeah.
And it's the black guys that pull up the visor. Man, we ain't found S.
Well, the guy who uttered that line is coming back for that role. And he said, his name is, so hold on here, I gotta read this here. The actor behind that famous line was none other than Tim Russ, who would eventually go on to star in another beloved outer space adventure. He played Tukov, the Vulcan, in Star Trek Voyager.
Get right the hell out of town.
He got way more screen time in Voyager than in Spaceballs.
Yeah.
But after the recent teaser for Spaceballs 2 dropped online, Russ posted on social media that he may be combing the desert again. Since Russ's name hasn't been mentioned in any casting announcements, presumably he's just signaling that he's available to return for the follow-up. When he first filmed the scene, obviously he had no idea it would eventually become an iconic comedy moment.
Yeah.
In a 2017 interview, he admitted that the line was so brief and seemingly unimportant, he worried that it would be cut out of the movie. During a 2023 appearance on the Seventh Rule podcast, he still seems somewhat shocked at the scene's enduring popularity. He says, "It was 2 days worth of work for me in 1986. It was a paycheck and some work. And then 25 and 30 years later, people can't get enough of it. Yeah. I only had 4 words. That's all I said."
I bet that guy still gets to go to Comic-Con sometimes and still take pictures
For sure.
with people. Yeah.
He said, "I'm on Voyager for 7 years, but most people only remember me from combing the desert."
Well, I'm glad he's back. Because that's a recall you need. And Happy Gilmore 2 proves it. I don't know if Spaceballs will be any good or not, but people will want the nostalgia and the fact that you're having like a callback to that will be funny. Because like a bunch of the cast is dead.
Well,
So,
John Candy's dead.
John Candy's dead. Joan Rivers is dead, who
Yeah.
plays Dot. The lady who was in the actual Joan Rivers wasn't in the suit. So both Dot Matrixes, the voice and the lady who actually wore the outfit, are both dead. Dick Van Patten's dead. The priest, the short version, he's dead. Pizza the Hut is dead. Vinny, the pizza is gonna check out for you. He's dead. The drummer, the Spaceball drummer, he's dead. The news anchor for Pizza the Hut, he's dead. There's a ton of random people that aren't around. John Hurt from the movie Alien, the guy that with a little alien burst through his chest, he's dead. I mean, that movie was a long ass time ago.
Someone said on the fan text line, hot take, Mel Brooks' best movie is Spaceballs.
I'm not going to argue that.
I can't either.
I mean,
he's genius, but
I mean, people are going to. I mean,
what is widely noted as
Blazing
his...
Saddles?
Oh, okay.
I mean,
yeah, boy, that's. Have you seen Blazing Saddles any time in the last 4 or 5 years?
It's brutal,
dude. It's rough. Like,
it's just, yeah,
it's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's something else,
but wildly funny.
Wildly funny and ahead of its time. So he's probably going to get. If you're going to go off of the critics, you're probably going to get Blazing Saddles. You're probably going to get Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein is number one on Rotten Tomatoes of his movies. Yeah, and then they go the producers too, which of course I've forgotten about that. But that was a little before my time.
History of the World will probably be up there.
Blazing Saddles is 3. The 12 Chairs, which I've never seen, is 4. Silent Movie 5. High Anxiety 6. History of the World 7. Spaceballs 8.
Yeah. And that's Spaceballs is too late.
He also did Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I like that one.
Tights.
I did
Tights. Yeah, look, to me, Spaceballs is one, but you know, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles, I'm not going to argue with either one of those. The producers is great too. I mean, he's Mel Brooks.
All right, be on the lookout for a Spaceballs sequel.
Spaceballs the movie. They're already going to have a title. Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money. That's the whole bit. And hopefully, what does he say? And hopefully we all meet again in the sequel, Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money. And you know that's going to be the title of this.
They have to.
They have to.
All right. Yeah, She's Dead. Coming up next on The Fan. Hey, it's summer, but the cold, wet winter will be here before we all know it. It is time to replace your old builder-grade windows with custom-built, high-quality windows from our friends at Window Nation. So it being August 1st, they have flipped the script on their deal. Now, here's the good news. The good news is they're still offering you 50% off on all window styles, and they have over 1,500 different styles and colors to choose from. But right now, so last month they did 5 years no interest. Now they're doing 2 years no interest. But the flip side of that is if you replace all of your windows, you can get a pair of Portland Thorns tickets. Because they're big, they're thorny.
I like it
at Window Nation.
Well, you know, I like to get thorny, and I like quality windows, so this is right up my alley.
They are partners. So don't miss out on Window Nation's most popular deal. We're starting for just the month of August, starting today, 50% off all window styles, 0 down, make 0 payments, and pay 0 interest for 2 years. And try to get yourself some Portland Thorns tickets. And here's how you do that: you schedule a fast, free estimate right now by calling 866-90-NATION or logging on to windownation.com/Portland Thorns. That's windownation.com/Portland Thorns. Window Nation right now will save you big. License number OR 249065.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt.
So the Mariners made a move. I don't know if it's the move that's going to put them over the top. Well, John
Exactly.
Yeah, minimum security.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is how it starts. That's what I wanted to bring up. They moved her, so she is now, and they won't say why. They moved her to a prison camp in Texas, minimum security.
Yep.
Dude, she is dead.
One of two things is about to happen.
She's dead.
She's dead, or she's going to get pardoned and is going to be like, I didn't see nothing. Look, this thing isn't going away.
Yeah, no,
and it's a bee in the bonnet, and I could see the death, but which would cause more of an uproar? Her mysteriously dying in the work camp, or she just gets a pardon and he's like,
I don't know that he can pardon her.
Oh, dude, he can do whatever the hell he
can
wants.
pardon her.
This is why.
You know how it's going to go down?
Listen, this is why I'm sticking to my guns. I get it. It sounds bizarre that she would end up dead.
Yeah.
But Epstein ended up dead.
Yeah. Have you seen the fact now that they have
She's going to die.
They have footage of someone else in his cell area now?
I heard that the missing minute was found.
And there's an unidentified figure that doesn't show up in any of the reports that's now milling around in that time.
No
It's
way.
like, no one happened.
If she doesn't die, they will broker a deal.
Yeah.
She will give out some names of people that don't directly damage the current administration, and then they will laud her for telling the truth.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're right. If she meets a weird, untimely death, that will be the ultimate what? I mean, Russia does it. Russia does it all the time.
Oh,
so
dude, it happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
So I'm sticking to my guns, and I want credit if it happens.
You've done and done. You've
And
put
if it doesn't, I'll say, all right.
But you've put it out there.
I also don't think you're alone on this. I think a lot of people think that's going to happen.
A lot of people saying.
A lot of people. She's going to die. She's going to die via, like, I think what they do is the easiest thing to do is pay someone at the camp to kill her.
Sure. Or honestly, it's just like a meningitis thing. You just, how easy would it be to have some sort of bacteria that works her way in? She goes to a hospital and you're like, look, medical reports.
Put a couple ticks in her cell. Do the JT thing.
Yeah.
Lyme
Give some
disease.
Lyme. Although that wouldn't kill her.
No, not quick enough.
You know, nice bacterial meningitis will get you. I don't know. Went into a coma. I don't know what to tell you. Massive heart attack.
A lot of people saying Sacred Heart has diarrhea.
But seriously, she gets it's like a minimum security prison. She gets in a fight. Somebody gets a little too aggressive with her. She hits her head.
Well, pedophiles get. I mean,
right.
pedophiles get beaten to death in prison all the time.
Right. All right. Well, I'm on record. Thank you.
The broomstick Dahmer treatment, right? That dude beat Dahmer with a broom and put it somewhere.
Everybody have a great weekend. We love you.
We do love you.
Most of you. Some of you. Not all of you.
No. I just say that you love everybody. That's a weird statement.
I don't love everyone.
No.
There's a lot of a-holes out there.
Exactly.
But listen, this was their second week on FM.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
The FM Bros.
Can you believe that?
Well, it's our first full week. So
that's true. We made the switch on a Tuesday.
We're cruising now.
I like the people that are like, what is this as if the FM is like I had someone at the gym. What are you on this FM thing? What, you've never heard of FM
It's a
radio?
mythical oasis.
Like, what?
And I love, too, that some people hate it.
Yeah.
Further proving that somewhere somebody's
As
pissed
if
off about
anything got
everything.
worse.
I know.
Well, like,
It's just-
what is it that you hate? You can still have the old thing that you like.
Dude, it's
what?
And this
it's
is
just
easier.
it's
It
just
sounds-
proof
yeah.
that people cannot.
No.
They nothing can be universal.
No.
Nothing. It's just I am going to bitch about something and it's going to be this.
And Sydney Sweeney is mid. Let's not forget about that.
And no talent.
No talent whatsoever. And for whatever reason, even though everything stayed the same, you have another option. I don't like it.
Well, your weekend, may it be blessed with massive quantities of booze.
I think I'm going to start right now. I got a 6er of hams. I mean, the open told me. Joey's
Joey
open.
song.
I got to get through 6. Let's go.
We are back Monday, 3 to 7 on the Fan. Good night.